We're good.
So don't say the N-word.
Yeah, don't do that. And it's recording. All right, we already know our intro. Anybody watching the YouTube, fuck you. You're going to be surprised as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck our fans, dude.
That's what Big Dog does.
That's what I do. That's what I do. He
At
does.
least 3 of them so
Which
far.
Did I?
A gentleman never tells.
Yeah.
A gentleman never knows. Damn.
Good for you.
Yeah,
3 feasts.
That's right. My bounties.
I don't like that they're feasts.
Yeah, they're food to me.
Lucas, are you ready?
Devoured.
Yeah.
Like prey.
Shut up.
It's good. This is good.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, play. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ruby Road, and welcome to Can You Guess This Period? Where we guess elements. Starting off the game, we're going to go with number 1. Brant, can you guess it?
Is it beryllium?
Hey, beryllium. Show me beryllium. Yeah.
Is it there?
Nice.
Lucas.
That's me.
Yeah.
Excited to be here, Ruby. Big fan.
Can you guess that element?
Aluminium.
Show me aluminium.
The number one answer.
Wow.
Is that right?
Yeah. Aluminum.
Oh.
That's just how weird people say it.
I thought he said aluminium. Like elements.
British.
He's British.
And our new dog.
Our
Little
new-
dog. Name that element.
Uh,
Hydrogen.
iridium. I'm
What?
going again.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just go, guys.
Hi, boys.
Lucas, it's your turn. Ooh, argon.
Boron's an interesting one. That's the 5th element, actually.
Potassium.
Potassium's like 11 or
Sodium.
17 or something.
Xanthium.
Chlorine.
Iron.
Francium.
Silver.
Plutonium. Right?
Californium.
That's right.
Einsteinium.
That's right, yeah. Elenium is like a musician.
Gold. Iron. Nickel.
Yeah, gold and silver.
Poop.
Copper.
Did you just say poop?
He said poop.
Poop ball.
Poop ball.
Neon. Argon.
Yeah.
Xenon.
I think one of my uncles is on there.
Guys, we haven't said oxygen yet.
Or nitrogen.
Or carbon. Like the big
Or
3.
hydrogen.
And I still don't know the 3rd one.
Show me
Calcium.
poop.
It's also the number one answer somehow.
Eh.
No.
Poop ball. What did you say? What was the band?
My uncle. Oh, Elenium.
You said your uncle.
I did say my
My
uncle.
Uncle-inium.
Well, I did have like the a good transition into the theme song, and then Lucas had to. No, what about poop though? Wasn't that up there?
and then
You
then,
had it with boron.
And then with theme songs, I actually just put in the one that I did for the Santa Clauses.
Oh, this is the Home Improvement one.
Yeah,
now?
the Home Improvement with SNL. That would have been great.
Yeah,
The
that'll be a
Come
throw 'em off. Yeah,
Ooh, Come Town.
yeah.
It's that one. Big Mouth is what I was thinking of. You ever watch Big Mouth? I've never seen Big Mouth.
Yeah, I used to watch it when it first came out. I really liked it when it came out, and then everybody started hating it. And I was like, damn, I don't want people to know I'm cringe like that.
So you don't watch things that people hate or people love?
No, I still watched it. I just
Oh.
didn't tell anybody.
Okay. Lucas, what have you been watching?
Birth.
See,
A
he
film by
won't,
Jonathan Glazer. Not
won't
Seth
stop
Jackson.
talking
You
about
will
it.
not stop
my
talking about
birth.
Yeah,
Birth.
it's been one of those movies that since I've watched it has been bouncing around my head like a Super Bowl, and it's just I think
And now he wants to have a baby so much.
it's squarely in I think it's in my top 10 of all time. I might have to rewatch it again very soon because that's high That's high praise for birds,
That's
but
very high praise.
What if it ends up in the
Really
bottom 10
intense.
the second watch?
I
through?
love it. I love movies like that though. The bottom of what?
Just his bottom 10. He watches it again. He's like, I was
wait,
so
yeah,
wrong.
I was so wrong. Yeah, this is worse than Little Nicky. No, but I remember watching. I think Donnie Darko is the only one that comes to mind where I watched the whole thing, and then for like a week after, I was like, "What the fuck was all that?"
That was me with Interstellar.
Yeah, that
That's
one a
my
little
life.
bit too. That's yeah. Tell me about it. Especially when you keep
It's the
forgetting things.
universe. Yeah.
And Succession. You've been watching Succession.
Yeah, that ended. Best show ever, I think. Good
Did it
for
end
you.
well?
Not for Kendall.
Who?
But yeah, it ended well. It was a good ending.
Kendall from Paradise Hotel.
Mm.
Baby
Because
girl.
she got eliminated. She was my girl. Yeah. Lucas liked
You watch a
Rosanna because she had
movie.
big tits.
Yeah, that's good.
We did watch a movie. And that's what I've watched most recently.
Mm.
And Seth.
Boron.
We watched Boron. So I got some
We watched
questions for
Boron.
you guys. First off, do you like Mangalores?
I don't.
No, on both accounts.
Mm.
That's a hot take. Most people really love Mangalores.
The Mangalorian.
Ooh, nice.
Mm.
And then my other question is, do you like Boron?
Maybe.
I think we could do without it.
You think?
I think
I don't really know what.
It's the mosquitoes of our ecosystem.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you could.
Don't
rid
really
of it.
need
Take
it.
it
Okay.
out, nothing happens. It's not
Yeah.
like a Jenga or anything.
Well, if you like Mangalores or Boron, you've come to the right place. This is the good, the bad, and the movies.
Movies.
And this week we watched a film from 1997
Movies.
called The Fifth Element, which is
Nitrogen.
no, it
Space
is
Slut.
Boron.
Space Slut.
Guys, you have to let me get this out because I'm
Space
not doing
Sluts.
things in.
It's
I'm not doing it in
Space
post.
Month.
I'm not doing it in post anymore. So if you start saying off a bunch of shit, oh well.
Oh, you're just doing it from the app?
Yep.
That'll save you so much time.
Yeah.
That's gonna be nice.
Oh, my volume's all the way down. I'm such an idiot.
This is
Space
wasted.
Slut.
There you go.
There we go.
Star Horse.
Nope, I said I'm not going to
He
put
doesn't
them in.
have that effect
I do have
anymore.
it on here, but I'm not going to do it in post. So you can say all the
Do it
shit you
now.
want. No,
Do it now.
it's too late.
Do you have the noise?
Yes,
You
and
do
I'm
have-
not going to cycle through all of them.
That's fair. I'm just wondering like which noises you have.
I have them
Monkey
all.
Business.
I've got Park Your Car, Love Lads, Monkey
Park your-
Business,
oh, right.
Holiday Hose, the NBA Draft Pick, just a beep. Oh,
Okay.
Like if we cuss. Big Tit Ladies.
Don't.
You got
can
a
you
stew
delete that
going.
one?
Star Horse, Downtown Spook Boys, and Space Sluts.
Monkey Business.
I told you I'm not doing those.
Do Monkey Business one time.
I will
time
just-
for the one time.
I will just play it here, but no, I'm not plugging
Monkey
it in on all of
Business.
yours.
That's fine.
I don't know how that one actually became a thing.
I don't remember.
It's Monkey Month, and that's why we're watching the Fifth Element.
Don't do that one anymore.
That's Seth.
Sing it off key and everything.
Monkey Month, because we're gonna watch Space Chimps 2 next week. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we watched The Fifth Element from 1997. Before we get into it, Seth and I are just drinking leftover beers to finish off all of our remaining stock. Lucas, you got anything?
Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, cream soda.
Nice.
Do you drink? How many of those do you drink a day? Or do you only
Usually
drink them on
just
the
one.
podcast?
Yeah, I usually do one a day.
Nice. Okay. He's not addicted or anything.
No, not like me.
You're addicted to Dr. Pepper cream soda?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, it's a good soda.
And heroin.
So I've heard, yeah.
We're recording on a Wednesday here, too, boys.
Yeah, normally we
Now they
record
know
on.
our secrets
We normally record on a Sunday,
because we're not God.
and then they come out 8 days later. But we had to postpone because Marina had to
because we
go
got
to
scared of
the
God this
go to
week.
the emergency department and yada yada yada. She's fine.
Cringe.
She got there and she's immediately like, "I feel better," and I was like, "God damn you!" She had to get an IV that took
He
2
did a
hours.
TikTok
No.
dance and everything.
Yeah.
She was in there with Jackson Mahomes just dancing.
I'm imagining you recording the TikTok, and the AI voice is going over just, "My wife is sick in the hospital," and you're doing Fortnite dances in front of her, IVs, and she's like, looks like she's dead, passed out back there.
Oh, like I put I'm not recording her doing dance. I'm doing dances.
In front of her. She's
I just
in the
put
background.
I put the phone in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
My
exactly
wife
right.
is sick.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, the fifth element, let's just get into it. We got nothing new for us. Director today is Luke Besson, and he's done a couple things called The Last
There's
Battle.
my name.
I never
Fellow
actually
Luke.
I never refer to you as actually
Stolen
Luke.
valor.
Does anybody refer to you as Luke?
A lot of people at Mission refer to me as Luke. Yeah.
What do you prefer?
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of monikers. I prefer Coach the best because that makes me feel all warm inside. But most of them just call me Lucas or Mr. Lucas or Mr. L
Or Mr. Schilling?
or Mr. Schilling. A couple.
I heard. Okay. So yeah, fellow Luke. He did The Last Battle. He did Subway, which is what we had for lunch.
Ooh.
He did The Big Blue, Nikita, Atlantis.
That's famous. I think Nikita and Atlantis are both pretty big.
He did Leon the Professional.
That's
sounds
very good,
familiar.
I've heard.
Yeah, I haven't seen, but I've heard very good. It's like got a 12-year-old Natalie Portman in it.
Nice.
Arthur and the Invisibles 1 through 3.
The first one was pretty good.
What about 2 and 3?
No idea.
You didn't watch all those?
No.
Is that like a big
Wow.
grand fantasy movie thing too?
Yeah, you never saw any of those.
Mm-mm.
It was is the kid that was in everything back in the day, like Spiderwick Chronicles. I think he may have been Charlie in this chocolate factory. But he gets like shrunken down into this little world and he has to go save the day from like bugs and shit.
Oh, bugs.
No, they're not bugs, but they look like bugs. But there's a whole ancient civilization down there, but they control the water supply of the regular sized people. And like Dennis Leary's trying to steal the farm. I think every bad guy's Dennis Leary. I don't know if it was him or not. But
Sounds like a Luc Besson movie.
It was awesome. That was a really good movie.
Other things. Whoops. Space Sluts.
Space Sluts.
Other things that he's done is
That should be a new one. You play the sound
Funky
effect,
business.
and whoever says Space Sluts first gets a little prize. Like,
no, that
Funky
would be
business.
fun.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I told you.
Monkey business.
He's also done that movie Lucy that had, I think, Scarlett Johansson in
It
it.
did, and Morgan Freeman.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like we're using 10%. What if we used 100% of our brains? It's not a great Morgan Freeman.
That's
but
decent.
yeah, that's what he said in like a big lecture hall, and everyone's like, "Wow!" And then there's this giant drug on the black market.
It's kind of like a Limitless thing.
Yeah, but you end up dying at the end. Well, no, you just
What if
like.
I had a bucket list?
That's good. Yeah.
You don't sound like Morgan Freeman. You sound like a crooner.
No, he sounds like Jimmy Stewart a little bit. If he was a gangster.
Remember when we all
If he was Al Capone.
Remember when we all tried to do Jimmy Stewart for and we all just morphed in I can't remember.
We all turned into prospectors.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then the last couple things that Luke Besson's done, he did a music video called Isabel Adjani Pull Marine.
Isabella Johnny.
It's our Ishtar lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, a song from her called Pull Marine.
Wait, is her name Isabella Johnny or Isabel Johnny?
That.
Okay.
Isabella Johnny.
Yeah, it's like a last name.
Just named Johnny.
But,
no. ADJ.
No, they didn't name her
Johnny.
Johnny. That's her last name.
I know.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. And then the last thing that he's done, it's upcoming. It's I believe a superhero film called Dogman.
He did a big, expensive movie a handful of years ago. A Glow.
A Glow.
It was like Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. That was him, and that cost $1 billion. I'm pretty sure.
Holy shit!
That sounds familiar.
I didn't put it down because I didn't know it, but apparently it must have flopped. If
it cost
$1
billion.
Flop. It was similar to a lot of his movies. It sounds like where it's like he's doing a big giant fantasy world. You know, it seems like Luke's deal.
And he's also one of the writers here. He wrote all the same stuff he directed. Plus, he did Taxi 1 through 5. He wrote Taxi.
I don't know what Taxi
He
is.
wrote The Transporter 1 through 3.
Nice.
And Taken 1 through 3.
Nice.
First Taken's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got like a particular set of skills or something.
Yeah. And it's like, how do you keep getting taken? He has to take him back
He
again.
gets taken in one of them.
Yeah, that's the twist.
Yeah, that's number 2. He gets taken and his daughter has to save him.
No way.
Yeah.
His wife gets taken in one of them too. I think
I think that's the
one.
I think that's the
The
third.
president might get taken.
There's so many people on Earth that could be taken. It's kind of a ever-running franchise.
Taken 6 is just him trying to stop like
The Dalai Lama's been stolen from his llama.
I was gonna say
He's
like
taken.
child trafficking and whatnot.
No.
He's not gonna stop that. He's just
No.
taking famous people.
A pack of gum has
That's kind
been
of the first
stolen
one.
from the local Shields. I need you to get it
He's
back.
taken.
Yeah. It's been taken from the
A
local.
pack
I
of
keep
gum
sa-
from your local Shields.
Yeah, it's been taken. You need to get it back. You're on the phone with a 12-year-old.
I have a particular set of skills. I will kill you.
Beat the shit out of him.
Liam Neeson just an hour and a half of beating up different 12-year-olds.
Yeah, he catches him immediately. He's just the rest of the time.
No. He's beating up different 12-year-olds. He gets it wrong every time because he's not doing any research. It's just like a
guessing
excuse
game.
for him to beat up 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
He's like,
Red.
finally. Yeah, exactly.
Like
When he admitted to walking around downtown, whatever city it was in, he was like, "I'm gonna beat up the first black guy I see."
Jesus.
You ever read about that?
I don't think so.
That was a
He
big
was
thing.
pissed back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole tangent I won't get into right now.
Okay. Other writers, you got Robert Mark Common, Chris
That's
Common.
Common.
Chris Kamen.
So that's you.
It's not me.
And he's written.
I'm Dog Man.
He wrote the Karate Kid 1 through 3. There's the 3 old ones, and then the new Jaden Smith one. He also did that one.
He got a story credit for that one.
Yeah, I think so. He also did The Power of One, Lethal Weapon 3, The Transporter 1 through 3, Taken 1 through 3, and 50 episodes of Cobra Kai.
I've heard people
He's
like
the
that.
Karate Kid guy.
Yeah, I heard Cobra Kai was pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
I hear that about everything, except for
Arthur and the Invisibles.
Yeah.
No, was it that? What was it? Yeah, it was Arthur. No, what did you say earlier?
that sucked.
Yeah, that everybody said they sucked, but you kept watching it. What was
Big
it?
Mouth
Big Mouth.
and Velma. People did not like.
Everyone hated Velma. Oh my god, I hate that beer.
Should have started with the JJ.
Oh, it's so strong. All right, a cast for you today for The Fifth Element. You got Bruce Willis. We're not starting the movie. Oh, he was casting. I thought that was the movie reel. I get it now.
It was really
The fish
after
reel.
the cast.
Yeah. Yeah, Bruce Willis
Put it in perspective.
has retired now, though.
Yeah.
Dementia.
Although he is still coming out in the new Wes Anderson film, Asteroid City. That was like his last film.
Oh, you're saying he retired in modern day?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got pretty severe dementia.
Good for him.
He had to like have his later movies had to like wear an earpiece and like say them as they were like being piped into him. He couldn't remember.
Mhm.
They should just like execute him probably.
Oh, Jesus. That's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible.
Bruce Willis is great.
This is like at his Bruce Williest though.
It
Like when did
really
Die
is.
Hard come out?
We looked it up as 86.
88, I think.
88. Yeah.
88, yeah. So
88.
he's had a couple Die Hards under his belt. He's got
This
Pulp
is
Fiction,
97.
He
Pulp
dated
Fiction.
Demi
Pulp Fiction
Moore, right?
94. Yep. Armageddon's 98.
Armageddon.
He's Bruce Willing.
He's willing so Bruce
He
Lee.
was on Friends that one episode.
He was.
The silliest.
I think didn't he date Jennifer Aniston?
The Bruce Williest.
I don't remember.
He dated someone famous. He was like an A-lister, that was the thing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Moms love him.
Other actors in here. You got Mila Jovovich as Lilu.
She was fantastic, I thought.
She was really
She
good.
was really good. You got Gary Oldman,
I love Gary Oldman.
who you didn't recognize for a while.
Nah, dude, he was covered.
You
Well,
can't
it's also
recognize him.
no. And I'd never
He's
seen him
Gary
that
Oldman.
young before.
He always does full like makeup and costumes. You got Ian Holm. You've got Luke Perry. You've got Chris Tucker.
I love Chris
They're on
Tucker.
flames.
You've got Brian James and Tom Lister Jr. Look at Brian.
Brion. I
Oh.
saw it in the credits.
Ah!
I think
His
it's also
voice sounded really
interesting
familiar.
that it's a French movie. Like, it's not like a Hollywood movie. It's not just
Yeah.
like a French director. It's like a outside of the American, made by a French company movie,
100%.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, Luc Besson.
which is
He
pretty
likes
rare.
to do
I
everything.
Besson.
Luc Besson.
Yeah, that's right.
think. Like, he's not having like Warner Brothers subsidize it or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
I'm doing my own thing. I think he has a lot of creative control.
Or Coca-Cola.
Oh, shit.
Hmm.
I forgot. When I opened up the episode, I had something planned and I'm not doing it anymore. Guys, this is the 1 year anniversary of Seth being a co-host.
Oh, nice.
Dance on those hoes.
Dancing on them.
He starts doing Fortnite dances again.
Tune into whatever time to see me not dance, because I'm not doing that.
2043.
2043.
What was
That's
his
the year
movie?
this podcast ends.
Leprechaun 4 in Space was his introduction as a co-host.
Mm-hmm.
It's had some Leprechaun in space energy to it. At times, this film.
A little bit at
A
times.
little bit.
Yeah.
And you in your life, you've kind of exhibited some Leprechaun in space energy.
A little bit,
this
yeah.
past year.
Yeah.
Freaking
Little bit.
havoc.
Could you imagine how
Kinda
much
out
different
there.
how different of a
Cackling a
co-host
lot.
he would have been if we would have done like something like really just gentle as an introduction for him and not Leprechaun and Four. Like if we
Yeah.
would have done 2001: A Space
Paddington in
Odyssey
space.
or
Yeah.
Paddington in
That would've been
Space,
good.
you would have been just so kind on this.
Yeah, like What Dreams May Come, that Robin Williams movie that makes me cry every time. I would have been.
Space.
It wasn't in space, but it wasn't like an ethereal plane, so you could kind of make the connection.
Spacey.
Yeah, spacey, because there was a lot of area
Kevin
around.
To be explored.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin Spacey. Yeah, we
Mhm.
could. Oh, Space Month. Just everything with Kevin Spacey.
Oh, that would
We
have been
can't.
great.
We can't.
We can not.
Yeah. And a plot for you guys today. In the colorful future, a cab driver unwittingly becomes the central figure in the search for a legendary cosmic weapon to keep evil and Mr. Zorg at bay.
Nice.
What was the villain in Power Rangers? What's his name?
Ivan Ooze.
Isn't there a Zorg some fucking where?
Megazords. The
Zorp?
Zords.
Zord? Is he-
Zorptorb.
You-
I think
yeah,
it was Zorptorb.
You also said Zorptorb once when we were watching Morbius. It's like, hey
Yeah.
Morbius, hey Marvel, can I get my Zorptorb shake or
No, you
whatever?
said Zorptorb. Oh, look at Zorptorb. I need a Marvel
Shake.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Hey Zorptorb, can I get my Marvel shake? So there's
Also-
Zorps, Zorgs, and Zorgs
And Zorptorb.
and Zorptorb. And then a history for you guys. The Fifth Element is in 1997, English language
Movie.
French sci-fi action film. It is a movie. Director and writer Luc Besson wrote the original screenplay when he was 16 years old in high school.
Checks out.
He had conceived the story of this movie and invented the world as a child so he could escape his lonely childhood. He made
Nerd shit.
I just like that soft little chuckle from Lucas.
This guy sucks.
He made the hero a taxi driver because his dad took a job as a taxi driver to support Luke going to art school. Originally written to be a trilogy, Besson condensed all three stories into one movie. He had envisioned and created a world where the future could be bright and funny, and he demanded that most of the action shots in the movie take place in a broad daylight, as he was reportedly tired of dark spaceship corridors and dimly lit planets common in sci-fi movies, and wanted a brighter, cheerful, crazy look as opposed to a gloomy, realistic one. At the time of its release, it was the most expensive European film ever made, and it remained the highest grossing French film at the international box office until the release of The Untouchables in 2011. This
Les
film was later...
Untouchables.
Huh?
Les Untouchables.
Have you seen that?
No.
It's on my bucket list of movies to watch. I've heard it's absolutely amazing.
Bucket list
Before you
of
die.
movies. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
What a morbid way to look at that.
And then this film was adapted into a novel, a PlayStation video game, a PC video game, and a spin-off racing video game.
Ooh.
Everything
Like
was a
car
racing
racing.
game in the 90s.
Now this is pod racing.
What could they even race? Like in the city, I guess.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're just a taxi driver.
Taxi, yeah, it's a taxi competition. It's Crazy Taxi for the 90s. Maybe that was a 90s game already.
I never
I think
played.
so.
Me neither.
Wasn't that Grand Theft Auto? Something wasn't it the first one?
Was the first one the 90s?
It wasn't the first one Crazy Taxi. I don't know.
I think it was still just called Grand Theft Auto, but it was a top-down look, you know.
I think Brandon's wrong.
I haven't said
I do
anything.
think he's wrong. Did you steal his quote?
I didn't. I never said anything. But yeah, I guess fact check me. Fact check my silence.
Yeah.
Just letting you guys
it
go off
speaks
on.
volumes of incorrect knowledge.
That's why I wasn't saying anything, because I would have said something incorrect. I haven't played the game. I don't know.
Encyclopedia Brown over here thinks he knows what Grand Theft Auto was called.
I don't.
Back when it was on
I've
the
barely
PlayStation
played
1,
Grand Theft
circa
Auto.
99.
Lucas had to teach me how to fly the plane.
Sickening. The plane.
Yeah.
There's...
You can hijack planes in Grand Theft Auto.
Is that right?
Lucas likes
Arrow.
Ooh, Lucas likes to hijack the plane and then put it on cinematic mode.
Well, that's good.
And jump into the ocean.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Drunk GTA is a good time. But with history, that's finished. We've got a budget. If you're doing the books,
What's this?
you better not fudge it. Let's play a game called Guess That Budget.
Guess that budget.
Persecuted, not prosecuted.
Oh, yeah, good one.
I haven't heard that in a while.
That's all I remember. Funky business.
Nice.
No, I'm not doing that.
Ham.
So-
Business.
Seth, you want to guess that budget?
$36 million.
Nice. That was also me doing like a Johnny Cash hurt. I hurt myself today.
That was your Johnny
but
Cash hurt?
budget. Yeah.
He's not that raspy.
When he was super old doing Hurt, he was.
No, he just had a lot of resonance.
Fact check me, Lucas.
You're wrong.
Oh shit. Lucas, what do you think the budget was?
Anybody with ears
Ooh,
could have told you
Didn't
that.
know that was coming at me.
Oh,
You
really?
did say it was the most expensive European film made at the time, so I'm gonna say I think it cost $80 million.
80 million. You said 36.
I did.
The winner today is Lucas.
Damn it.
It's $93 million.
Damn. I haven't won one of
Check
these in
that.
so long.
And I found that like the effects budget of costume, visual, all that was $80 million alone. I don't know if that's true or not, because Bruce Willis was probably a lot of paycheck as well.
13 million.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
looked like that was like where the money went. Big
yeah, just
expensive
so
stuff,
much effects. Yeah.
costumes.
Those people they had to kill.
So what do you think this made opening
Sacrifice.
weekend, Lucas?
In America, this is always tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrifice doesn't pay.
I'll say, I think this was $35 million.
Okay. Seth?
I'm scared. I'm really nervous right now.
He's just trying to decide if he wants to do 36
got
or
anxiety.
34. Because he really wanted to go
That
35.
gave me anxiety for like a split second. I was zoning out and I just hear Seth. Like I was back in school again and the teacher's mad at me. I'm not paying attention. Oh,
When
the
the
rush
teacher-
of blood through my body.
Teacher walks by and sees you taking the quiz. Read the question carefully, folks. Pointing at your paper.
18 million. That's the only number I can see in my head.
One of you guys is so close.
Whom?
Whom? It's Seth. It's
Ooh.
17 million.
Oh!
Ooh.
Good one.
Sorry for yelling directly into the mic there.
No, it's good. It's a good yell. Seth, what do you think this made in US and Canada total?
18 was just opening weekend.
17 was
Sick.
opening weekend.
That's basically 18. Total.
Don't you get arrested for that?
It's funny.
That's true.
That's good. That's good.
That's a good joke.
Hurt myself. Let's say 36 million again.
Okay.
Close to what I was gonna say. I'll say 55
The
million.
winner today is Lucas.
Nice.
It's 63.8 million.
nice.
And then worldwide, Lucas.
$300 million.
Damn, China loved it apparently.
Yeah. Well, Europe
And
definitely
France,
loved
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well, because you said it was the highest grossing movie for a while until The Untouchables came out.
Highest grossing French film.
Right. That's what I meant. I just sort of implied it by not saying it. Highest grossing.
Who knows? Maybe the highest grossing up to that point for France was
200 million.
it was
total.
80 million.
The French are pretty gross, so it's got to be pretty high. Is that still cool to make French jokes?
I don't know if they're gross, so the box office
They are
has to be
gross.
high.
The French are gross.
I know.
They eat frogs every day.
They do?
Yeah.
I saw a frog outside the other day.
They smoke in their sleep. You saw a frog and you didn't tell me?
No, I
You
guess
didn't take a
not.
picture or anything?
No, it was in the middle of the night. I was walking the dogs.
And you didn't take a
Louis
picture of
tried
a
to eat it.
frog.
But he couldn't because he has half a jaw.
There's nothing that like makes me happier than finding like a little lizard or a frog or a snake walking around.
Or seeing Louis excited about a frog.
Yeah.
So Lucas said 300 million.
269.
One of you guys is so close.
What if I said 280 instead? Would one of us still be so close? I'm keeping it.
No, because you're the winner. Oh! 263.9. It made 200 million outside the US.
Nice.
Like exactly.
Ooh.
But not gross.
So, no. But a $93 million budget, racking in 264 million. That's a big win. Luke
Good
Besson,
job.
screenplay he wrote when he was 16, was really cashing in. So
Yeah, if only Monster Trucks had been this good.
that was a 4-year-old.
Same thing.
And now
Still
we've got
got
taglines.
Yeah.
I've got 5 of them.
Wow.
Wow.
They're all in English?
It's been one for so long.
I know.
Or none.
Oh my god. They are in English, unfortunately.
You just almost bumped the mic with the iPad.
This one? So the first one is "It must be found," but the S in "must" is a 5. So that's pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, you're right.
There is no future without it.
Seems like a tagline for It instead of this movie.
Seth also put some dramatic.
Might have been
pauses
my
in there.
fault a little bit there. The fifth is life.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yep. Number 4, is it love or live?
Bad.
Choose.
It should be love or life, but love or live.
Or live,
Yeah.
maybe.
Love or live.
Bad.
Time is not important. Only life is important.
I like that.
Which is a quote from the film.
Yeah.
It's a quote from the film, and I like it in that aspect, but it doesn't make any sense.
Any
And
sense.
it doesn't have a number thrown into the word.
That's
In
true.
like classic 90s style.
Time is not important. Only 5 is important.
They're so
Is it love or 5? The fifth is 5.
The fifth
I'm
is
doing
life.
all these again. I'm just throwing 5 in there. I'm done.
I mean, I'm gonna give it to "It Must Be Found" with the 5 in there, because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
When I put that in, I didn't notice the 5 at first on IMDb,
mm.
and I was like, "What is It Must Be?" I was like, "Oh, 5!" I got hyped.
You found the little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Cute.
I got super hyped. So that's my winner. Your guys' thoughts?
It just, yeah, I love that stuff. It just seems like it's right out of like a Burger King promotional meal for some reason.
Whopper, Whopper, Whopper.
Like, does this have a
That's the
happy meal?
tagline.
Yeah. You get, like, number 5 is the little toy.
Mom,
There
I
there
got
was
it.
a Fifth Element Happy Meal.
what? I mean,
There's a
McDonald's
Fifth Element
was in the
Happy
film.
Yeah, it was McDonald's. Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, taglines of our own.
You gotta be kidding me.
There was a cat.
Yeah.
Probably died of starvation.
Yeah, because Bruce Willis was out saving the world and regenerating in his fuck tube. We'll get to that. Sorry, no spoilers.
Regenerating in his fuck tube.
The
Um,
fifth element was the love between us all, but also that woman.
Earth, wind, fire, water.
5.
And love.
5.
And 5.
And
And
5.
love. God, I can't think of anything.
Yeah, that's how I felt every day. What about like?
I'm trying to think of like a drug reference with like a 5th.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
The 5th is usually like bottles.
I cop a 5th.
Yeah, let me cop a 5th element.
The cop a 5th element. The 5th
I
of
got 5 on it.
Ooh,
That's good.
That's good.
5th of Jameson's got me out of my element.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I just drank a 5th of element. Dare me to drive.
Dare me to drive. That's good. I wanted to
You remember
Stan
that
reference.
song?
You're a genius.
You remember that song where Phil Collins how that guy drowning and then he didn't save him?
No.
Man, that song in the 8 of night, Phil Collins drowned that guy or something.
And he saw him at the concert the other night, tried to approach him.
He never drowned that guy.
No.
It was just sad about
Oh, we
his
could do the one that you were
divorce.
saying earlier. Will you take me on Fifth Element?
yeah.
Take me on
Nice.
Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damned if I
Kenny.
do, if I don't. Damn, it's a goddamn shame.
You ain't front line, get out the goddamn way.
So those are some good taglines of our own, but
Yeah.
for once, we actually like one of them that's here.
I don't like any of them.
It must be found.
I hate shit like that.
Oh.
You guys are stoked about it. I hate it. Yeah. I'm watching Big Mouth instead.
We're
But
cultured.
But
We
for the
went to
culture.
Montessori.
What's that?
We went to Montessori.
You and Brandon?
We're
yeah,
the culture team.
but
That's
the B
fair.
in Big Mouth is a 1 and a 3, and the O in Mouth is a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's 130. Hi, Lou.
What's 130?
I don't know. I was just trying to come up with something.
All right. That was close.
And now it's fact time. What do we want to call our facts?
Factulas. But like spatula, not Dracula.
Tarantulas.
To factulas.
Factrantulas.
To factodon. The old dinosaurs.
It's raining cats and
Faxiosaurus.
facts.
It's raining
Why
facts
would
and
it be
dogs.
facts and dogs? It's raining cats and facts and none the nicer. Probably.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. You got my
I've been
attention.
thinking about that tagline a lot lately.
Which one was
I
that?
do too.
Slice or
usually.
dice or
Stuck
none the
in my
nicer.
head.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
stupid Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, I've been playing I play games with James. Like Redfall's a new vampire hunting game. And it's super boring and it sucks. So he and I just talking the whole time. So I'm just going around punching. I don't even need to use the guns. And in my head the whole time, I'm just thinking I'm the slicer, the dicer, and none the nicer.
As you're a vampire
Throttling.
beating people
That's
up.
No,
I
I'm
thought-
the guy hunting vampires with my
Oh.
bare fist because the game's so bad you don't need to play it the way it's intended. So I just go around meleeing.
That's what I think when I mow over worms at the golf course. Slices and dices them, none the nicer.
Take that.
My victims.
Good thing they don't feel any pain.
I just make a million little ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
The hunt for Red Factober.
that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, we could
Not
just do the
rocket
fact
facts.
element.
That's so stupid that you'd even
What are some of the characters' names in here? Like,
fact Leisha,
There's some crazy names.
fact Willis,
Fact Willis.
Brian Fact.
Don't count your chickens before they fact.
Ooh, yeah. Don't
Don't.
fact your
Don't-
chickens
don't.
before they count.
Don't do it. Mrs. Fact
Those who-
Laguna.
Those who
And
live
that's
in
bad.
fact houses shouldn't throw stones.
That's good. What about
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but facts will never hurt me.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
really good.
that might have
Let's
to be
do that
it.
one.
Birds
Okay.
of a feather fact
Plus, it's relevant
together.
to the movie.
It is.
Because they never told the truth. Okay.
Yeah.
So sticks and stones may break my bones, but facts will never hurt me is what we're going with.
Yeah.
In 5.
And scene.
4,
3.
3,
2. And scene.
1.
God damn you.
I wanted to do it after the break.
And scene.
1.
1.
1.
2.
Yeah, we count back up.
Yeah.
In 1, 2,
Movies.
3. Yeah, movies.
Yeah. 4. Fifth Element.
Oh, god damn it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It
Of
would have been
course.
so easy. I keep forgetting what we wrote, what we
Yeah.
watched.
Oh, sticks and stones.
Oh, got to get back in the Fifth Element vibe. Okay, first fact is that this was selected as the opening film for the 1997 Cannes Film Festival. Why is he so angry?
It's a weird choice.
Tune in at
for the prestigious
40
festival.
40 on the YouTube to see Lucas just angry as hell.
Yeah. Well, he looks just like the most disappointed I've ever seen. Like
Yeah.
frustrated by how disappointed you are.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like having fucking, I don't know, Iron Man 2 debut at Cannes. A little bit.
I don't
What
know
do
what
you
any
think-
of these.
What do you think, like, the snobby, like, wine-drinking film critics are wearing, like, scarves and fucking Lacoste see when these, like, fucking robot alien things waddle into Egypt? What do you think they're thinking?
So
They
19
probably love it in the 90s.
they came into 1997 Cannes Film Festival trying to see Shakespeare in Love, and they saw The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
They
were some
want to see, like, a
elements.
tortured child from the Holocaust. They don't want to see the
a
Mangalores
cage.
waddling in. Yeah.
Somebody's so excited for The Thin Red Line, and yeah, they get this.
Yeah. Imagine the guy presenting the awards is dressed as a Mangalore, reading everything off.
Yeah.
His mouth's moving out of sync.
More.
No,
Chuck E.
our
Cheese.
first nomination. Pretty good.
And upon the oil goes through.
The Fifth Element.
Glad it didn't win, though.
He's mad.
What did win the Palme d'Or in 97?
He knows this off the top of his head. He doesn't need to
Yeah.
Google it. He's not typing. I'm just buying
The
time
eel.
for Brandon to put his pants back on.
Not The Thin Red Line, huh?
The eagle.
The eel, also called unagi.
Mm.
There's a tie between that and
French for
Jason
eel.
cherry.
It's French for cherry.
And I
My
rated
ne-
the movie.
Ooh, nice. My next fact for you is that Alejandro Jodorowsky and Jean
Yeah.
Giraud sued Luc Besson after the film was released, claiming The Fifth Element had plagiarized their comic, The Incal.
I believe it.
Giraud sued for 13.1 million euros for unfair competition, 9 million euros in damages and interest, and 2 to 5% of the net operating revenues of the film. Jodorowsky just sued for 700,000 euros. The case was dismissed in 2004 on the grounds that only tiny fragments of the comment had been used, and Giraud had been hired by Besson to work on the film before the allegations were made.
Cotton's
The
tracks. I
allegations.
like Jodorowsky. I've recommended him to Seth a couple times. He's a very surrealist, crazy filmmaker. He did Holy Mountain, which is an insane visual masterpiece. I think he's just a crazy guy.
What were the other movies you'd recommended?
I think probably just that one.
Okay.
But he's
tried
recommended
to-
it like 8 times.
He tried to take a crack at Dune once.
Oh,
Got
really?
shut down. He's a crazy person. Yeah.
We love a good crazy person. My
Herzog Pier. Yeah.
My next fact is that the divine language spoken by Lilu was invented by co-writer and director Luc Besson and further refined by Mila Jovovich, who had little trouble learning and developing it as she was already fluent in 4 languages. The language had only 400 words, and he and Mila held conversations and wrote letters to each other in the language's practice. By the end of
Nerd
filming,
shit.
they were able
Yeah.
to have full conversations in this language.
So
He's like a king nerd. Yeah. She's like, it's
Loves
really
it.
easy for me to make up this language we're making up on the spot.
He's trying to fall in love with her.
No, he didn't. He didn't make it up on the spot. He spent years writing it as a 16-year-old when he had no friends.
Well, do we know he wrote the language when he was 16?
I guess I don't know that.
It would make sense, I guess.
He looks like a nerd too.
He was speaking it to like an imaginary friend.
Yeah. I mean, it's like nerd shit's fine, but if you do that stuff, you're gonna get beat up. If you're talking to yourself in a language you made up, even I, as King Nerd myself back in the day, probably would have beat you up.
You would have beat me up.
Not you.
Oh.
I'm looking at you talking to you. I'm not talking about you specifically.
It looks like they may have been speaking that language in bed because they were married for 2 years after this movie.
I told you they were falling in love, you idiots. How dare
Lucas
you
and
criticize me?
Mila Jovovich, yeah.
Yeah, is
I
it
think was
writing
pretty
each other
easy to
letters?
sell.
You ever written a letter to somebody you didn't want to, like, fuck?
It's also like, yeah, you don't. And it's also pretty
Exactly.
easy to tell, like, filmically, the way, like, she was filmed. Like, oh my god. Yeah, dramaturgically. Everyone, like,
Good
every time she walked
word.
in the city, everyone's like, oh my god, look at this radiant ray of beauty. And she's just kind of like, my papa.
She's like this what they call
She's
Aaron in the
sex
office, like a rube.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. She's like a sim, speaking the Sims language, yeah.
Yeah.
Pocasapo.
You ever seen the videos of artists re-recording their songs in the Simlish language?
No.
Because they don't just like have some doppelganger sing it in Sim language. They get like Katy Perry in the studio to sing her own song in Simlish. So there's videos of her on YouTube just Samana, like her own song. And she's taking it seriously. She's like holding the headphones, bobbing.
Coiton supo and dalake.
Exactly like that. It's awesome.
Oh my god, that is super funny. Yeah.
I have to check it out.
Next one. When composer Eric Serra showed soprano Inva Mula, who dubs the voice of Diva, the sheet music for Diva Dance, she reportedly smiled and relayed to him that some of the notes written were not humanly possible to achieve, because the human voice cannot change notes that fast. Hence, she performed the notes in isolation one by one, as opposed to consecutively singing them all together, and they digitized the notes to fit the music. Because, yeah, she had to sing real low to go all the way up to like a fucking high F or something above high C.
Yeah, it was apparent at the end of
huge.
Dang, when it went to hip hop, yeah.
It was awesome when it went hip hop. Just not the dance moves.
Yeah.
Seth was like, could you imagine being at an opera and she's just doing that up there?
Yeah, because they don't hear the percussion part of it. They just see her singing like classic opera and she's doing the worm or some shit.
Could you imagine singing opera while doing the worm?
That helped your vibrato.
Vibrato goes crazy.
Next one, the flying traffic created by the visual effects at Digital Domain allowed artists to create personalized license plates in the city. Though never visible in the movie, the state slogan printed on all the license plates reads, New York, the fuck you state.
Nice.
But it wasn't visible? What's the point then?
I don't know.
So Brandon could so some nerds can read it on a podcast fucking almost 30 years later. Probably. Oh, I said nerds. With like the parenthesis
but you called me out first.
No.
So Brandon, some nerds.
Sorry.
Next one.
Let's
in most shots of Gary Oldman, there is a circle around his head. In fact, a circle in the middle of the frame is nearly a constant motif in this movie. Bruce Willis, on the other hand, is often framed by a rectangle or doorway behind him.
Because he's the devil.
The devil inside. The devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. Bruce Willis inside.
Get him out.
Yeah, get him out of there.
Yeah.
So yeah, little circle action.
Does it mean anything, or is it just to...
It's the infinite playlist.
That checks out. Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
I think more, just in kind of what Seth's asking for, I think thematically it's like he's a stark difference to the rest of the world, whereas the other guy sort of fits in. I think Bruce Willis's like masculinity and even like his quips and stuff really stand out. So they try to make it more harsh and jagged.
I don't know. Zorg was like fucking crazy, weird, and evil. He didn't really seem to fit in
He was
with
also-
anybody else either.
Yeah, but he wasn't like a hard edge, die hard type of guy. He was like a fucking.
Oh.
He's like a southern baby,
Yeah.
like a 3-year-old from Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know what his accent was about.
We were trying to decide.
It was part Southern and part like Ethiopian or something. Some weird combo.
Choice.
Yeah.
It's Gary
next,
Oldman.
next one,
Hard.
another Gary Oldman one. He played Zorg. He said as a cross between then presidential candidate Ross Perot and Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
So maybe
Psycho
that's
shit.
his accent.
I was pretty close.
Yeah.
Southern Ethiopian.
Yeah, Ross Perot, I think, was like a Southern guy, and Bugs Bunny.
He's famously Ethiopian.
Yeah. And
You nailed
famously
it.
sang a lot of opera.
He's from Addis Ababa.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Somewhat.
He's from Addis Ababa. Ababa.
Bada boom. Big bada boom.
I can't tell if this is a real city or like a bit.
No, it's the capital of Ethiopia.
Okay, thank you. Because I know you know all the capitals. Mostly.
But Seth can't name a single city in Ethiopia, so
Yeah. That's the only African country I can name.
that's not true. You could name
It's
at
not.
least 10.
Probably.
Next, according to the Ultimate Edition DVD, Prince and Michael Jackson were the sources of inspiration for the part of Ruby Road, and both were even considered for the role, with Prince being the first choice.
Weird. I saw him more as like a Howard Stern figure. This world. Or like a
Very
live
jagged
stream.
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
That's okay. Okay.
I had to show my friend who Beetlejuice was. He'd never heard of him.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not the movie, like the guy they exploited back in the day.
Did he know about the movie?
Howard Stern.
On the Howard Stern show, yeah. When they had that like trivia contest.
But did he know about the movie?
Yeah, he knew about the movie.
Oh, okay.
He was very confused about what I was saying.
Yeah.
He was like, this happened to like Michael Keaton? And I was
That's
like,
what
no.
I thought you were talking about.
No, the guy Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Okay. Penultimate, what do we call our facts? Sticks and stones may break
Fuck
your bones, but
facts.
facts will never hurt. The
Fuck
fuck
facts.
facts.
The
Gary Oldman is
facts.
such a good friend of Luc Besson that he took the part without even reading the script, doing this movie to repay him for partly financing Gary Oldman's movie Nil by Mouth in 1997. And when asked in a 2014 interview if he liked the movie, Oldman stated, "Oh no, I can't bear that."
But he gave it his all. Testament to his character. He will never drive 60 miles an hour down Acton Highway.
Gary Oldman is always just doing the craziest shit.
I love Gary Oldman. The only thing I'd really seen him in was Office Space.
He doesn't look like himself in any movie.
No, he's
No,
always
he's-
different.
He's great in True Romance. He's great in Churchill.
Is he in Batman?
It wasn't Churchill.
Yeah,
it was The Darkest Hour.
Yeah, whatever.
He was in
wasn't
Batman. Yeah.
He was Dark Knight. He was
He was
the
Batman.
Dark Knight.
No.
He played Gary Oldman.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
who he played.
I forget it. Commissioner Gordon. That's right.
Yes. And last but not least is our nominees. At the Oscars, it was nominated for one, Best Sound Effects, Sound Editing. BAFTA's Best Special Effects winner.
BAFTA these nuts.
Nice.
Yeah.
In 2018 at the 2020 Awards, it was the winner for Best Costume Design, and a nominee for Best Production Design and Best Makeup. I don't know why it's 20 years later. Probably because it's the 2020 Awards, but Academy of Sci-Fi, Fantasy, and Horror Films nominated for Best Sci-Fi Film, Best Supporting Actress, Best Costumes, and Best Special Effects. Blockbuster Entertainment Awards, Favorite Female Newcomer for Mila Jovovich nominee. The Bogey Awards in Germany got the Bogey Award in silver.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a big one. The Caesar Boy Awards, so in France, winner for Best Director, winner for Best Cinematography, Best Production Design, and then nominated for Best Film, Best Music, Best Sound, Best Editing, and Best Costume Design. The Hugo Awards, Best Dramatic Presentation nominee.
It won a gold screen.
The MTV Movie Awards nominated for Best Fight between Mila Jovovich and the Mangalores. Golden Reel nominee for Best Sound Editing. That's a bunch of online stuff. Razzies. Worst Supporting Actress for Mila Jovovich and Worst New Star for Chris Tucker nominations.
Worst New Star Award. That's great.
Yeah.
For Chris Tucker.
Don't really agree with those. Usually I'm all on board to shit on people, but
Who is worse in their role, Chris Tucker or Mila?
I don't know. They're both great in their role.
Yeah. I think Mila's really good, so I'll say
She
Chris
was
Tucker.
super good. And our last one, Satellite
I love
Awards,
Chris Tucker.
nominee for Best Visual Effects, and Stinkers Bad Movie Awards, nominated for Worst Supporting Actress, Worst Picture, Worst Supporting Actor in Chris Tucker, and Worst Sense of Direction. Stop them before they direct again, Luc Besson.
Good
So
award
it
name.
had some really good awards and some really bad ones. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Divisive, you're saying.
Usually
Divisive.
they don't say divisive, but
Sort of a visceral reaction.
oh,
people
God, don't
have
say that.
when they watch the movie. I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Let me
it's very
finish.
guttural.
Yeah.
Gets their vital signs going.
It's vital signs, Brandon.
Fuck you.
I'm filled with vitriol hearing you mispronounce these simple words we all know.
Simple. And with that, we can get into the Movie.
Movie. Nicole Kidman here.
I saw a Nicole Kidman movie. She's in Birth.
Yeah.
My
Birth.
Byers.
She has a short little haircut thing going on.
Yeah, you sent us a 30-second clip of the movie, and I couldn't tell you what it was about.
You're like, this shot gets me.
This clip
this
gets me.
this
It's
going.
like, this is the greatest film of all time, and it's like a still frame of Nicole Kidman. There's
Yeah,
a picture he recorded. He paused the
Jaw
movie.
literally on the floor. No, yeah, it was like a 2-minute long shot.
That's crazy.
She's a queen. We
She's a
stand
killer.
again.
Queen.
So now I cast my protective aura on her for this episode.
Dynamite with a laser beam, killing all the children in the town.
She's a killer queen.
Dynamite. That's Nicole Kidman. She's got,
Freddie Mercury.
Dynamite strapped to her belt.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is it one of those bombs that like Gary Oldman put on her?
No, it's more like a Batman belt where it's utility. She grabs the dynamite, lights one, throws it. She's not a suicide bomber.
She has like a cell phone strap.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah, because she still has like a crazer.
Tape measure.
She's got her BlackBerry.
She's also a private contractor.
Oh.
She doubles as a secret supervillain and private contractor.
So she's got it's like a tool belt. She's got her hammer, her power drill in there.
Yeah, a lot of hammers. Several.
She's too many hammers. It really weighs her down. She's a really slow.
No, she's strong.
Superhero and contractor.
She's over her carrying capacity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't carry anymore.
Can't carry anymore. Oh boy.
What's her next big job? Is it superhero or contracting?
I think it was to steal the moon.
Architecture.
And then it was to reconstruct Notre Dame.
On the moon.
On the moon after she steals it.
So she's gonna steal the moon, then steal Notre Dame, and then build it on the moon.
Notre Dame burned down. She's gonna rebuild Notre Dame.
Oh, so she's gonna steal the remains of it?
No,
you said she's stealing Notre Dame.
No, I said you said that. I said she's stealing the moon and she's rebuilding Notre Dame.
Let's
separate
rewind.
Of each other.
Hold up.
Don't do. That's rewinding. Go on.
That's where I plug it in.
Oh, okay. So now I just sound stupid.
Yeah. I'm not going to plug it in. We're just all going to sound stupid.
You said that she steals Notre Dame. I said she steals the moon as a separate thing. She's rebuilding the great art that we lost in that tragic fire or whatever.
I remember coming into choir that day and there were so many people that were religious that were just crying their eyes out. I was like,
that's so funny.
You're
like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a historical artifact, but you're treating it like it's another gigantic school shooting or something.
Yeah, or your dog died.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about
there were several people just crying their eyes out. And I was
like for real sobbing.
Yes.
It's That's why I don't go outside, man. If I do, it's
That's
alone.
why you're so pale.
That's why I'm so.
I'm so pale because people cry at the Notre Dame burning down.
You know, it's a domino effect. You know how like Hitler. You know,
Whoa.
no. There's a
Hitler burns it down?
It's like Hitler doing World War II and the Holocaust and everything somehow led to hentai and like tentacle porn. There's a big thing about it.
So the Notre Dame burning down makes you pale.
Makes me pale. Yeah. The stakes they've never been higher.
And what makes Nicole Kidman? This podcast.
Her spirit, I think.
Her
Her indomitable will. And the sacrifice
her abominable snowman.
Her abominable soul.
All right.
Abominable soul man, brother.
Ooh, he's a part of the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, and he's also like
I'm
evil.
A snowman. Da-na-da-da-da-da.
That's good. How much time are we gonna have to kill until we get into this movie? 'Cause I've been just ripping
Right
out
now.
the ass.
And
it starts right now. Like that guy.
Yeah.
In the water jetpack.
Mhm.
I showed you the video.
Yes. This movie opens up with some very good space shots in these intro credits with like a deep
I don't know what's
bass.
happening to Lucas.
Camera's black and I just hear like
He's
cans.
fumbling
Yeah.
things in the background.
What are you gonna do with your can?
I was just gonna set it down, but I had an idea to fumble it around. Not unlike all the bags I've fumbled in recent memory.
And the babies that you keep dropping.
And the babies I fumbled. I fumbled the baby. Have we done that bit already?
What bag have
Okay.
you fumbled? Anyways, movie.
You can't ask that question and immediately segue.
No, because he knows the answer.
Yeah.
It's all the women with legs.
Yeah. So
Are you playing women bags?
Yeah,
Or
old bags.
fun bags.
No, not like literally.
Fun bags.
In the metaphorical sense, the old bag. It's
The
like
old bag
somebody
and
my
chain.
age. Yeah, somebody my age that thinks I'm weird and just walks away because, of course, that's fair.
Bless you. Well,
It's called her a bag.
My old bag.
I don't know you, sir.
You're just doing this on the street, like
Yeah. Or a
Seth
bar. I
on
don't
the
know.
street.
Seth on the street. Let's get into the movie.
So you get some very good space shots to start it off in these intro credits with like a deep bass. I told Seth that I had seen this 3 times. You hadn't seen it at all.
I'd seen this is one of those movies on FX I saw
Half of.
yeah.
And I know I'd seen it once with you, Lucas.
Yeah, I didn't remember a lot from that time watching it. I don't think I was plugged in all that much.
Well, we were in the process of moving. And like
Yeah,
we just sat down for like 30, 45 minutes at a time. And it was like in between commercials and things like that because it was on cable. But I remember watching it with you. But I don't remember the beginning of this at all. I think we missed it. But a meteor goes by and then we cut to Egypt, 1914. And a boy is riding a donkey up to some tomb mausoleum of some sort. And inside this is an old man just like writing prophecies on the sandstone walls or something. And he says that he comes to these bold conclusions. Like this doctor scientist, every 5,000 years, the planets will align in eclipse and open a black hole portal, bringing the evil. These 4 elements will come together, joined by a 5th human as an element to save everything. And the priest, like, he knows too much.
It's like
so he's gonna kill him?
It's like a Yuiju type thing.
It is like a Yuiju. Do you wish you'd seen D-Wars now?
Yes, I wish I was on the episode.
And another guy's taking notes, and another kid has to like shine a mirror for light. But the priest comes in because they know too much about the prophecies. He tries to poison them.
I don't understand at all.
Yeah,
Why do you need to kill this guy?
I don't know.
There's a great evil that will beset you in 300 years.
Because the other priest in the future immediately tells the president.
He tells everyone.
So it's like,
get ready.
So yeah, he's like, I gotta poison him.
He had
but
like a
he
mafia
does not
name.
succeed.
He does not succeed.
They're like, we can't toast with water. We can't toast with poison.
I'm too
Get the
thirsty.
wine. And so as he's doing more shit on the mausoleum wall, an alien ship lands right next to it, and these robot creature things come in as everyone looks on, scared and confused, except for the priest. He's just like, oh, fuck, they're here.
just in time.
'Cause
These
he
are
knows.
Mangalores. They look
No,
these are-
ridiculous. What? These are not?
These are Mondoshawans.
Oh, what the? Are the Mangalores like the orc-looking things?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're the
the
creepy little
pig
fuckers.
things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Mondoshawans are the fucking droidica
The-
pig things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
Okay.
things were awesome.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
They were so cool.
They were really cool.
I thought they had a sort of mysticism
Cool.
about them. Like they were the ancients. You would refer to them as a kind of
They're like a
what's
sir.
the word? Like a synecdoche thing.
Like a sir and a ma'am. That's how ancient they are.
Does synecdoche
They're like
work for
snowmen.
times? They're like snowmen.
Abominable snowmans.
Indomitable wills.
And
Bleeding.
these Mondoshawans are here to take the 4 elemental stones that are hidden in this tomb and the 5th element because they say they are not safe on Earth. And he's like, well, what the fuck are we going to do when the evil comes? The priest is saying that. They're like, well, we're turning 300 years and we'll give you the stones as a weapon to protect themselves.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're like, all right.
I don't know why you had to take them.
The 5th element's also like a human. Well, it's like a man.
It's like a statue of a guy.
Yeah. And the robot aliens leave Earth with everything, but the one leaves its little finger key for the priest to pass along
We got
throughout the
stuck
prophecy.
in the tomb, didn't he?
Yeah. Which is so dumb.
What was he doing?
Where
Being
did he
slow.
go?
Like you'll never make it in time, and the door is closing so slowly. It's the hamartia of this whole alien race is they can only move at that one pace.
Yeah.
Waddling back and forth. Like imagine if a penguin had a bunch of armor.
5, 6, pick up sticks.
That was Mel, yeah.
And these guys made it clear to me that this is some real nerd shit because like a cool director doing a sci-fi movie would like try and make them, like a cool looking alien type or a cool looking robot, but he's just like, dope, these are like pig armadillos, robots.
And they're the monks of the universe. They have all the knowledge.
Yeah. And they can't walk very fast. That's their thing.
Because they're not combative. They're very peaceful.
Can't run.
Yeah. They're jolly.
They're very jolly. You can imagine every alien is Santa.
Yeah.
Okay, now
And
what?
it's the same for like the Mangalores
That's it.
too, though. They could have made it look some sort of intimidating looking orc thing, but instead they went for the little squat pig guys.
Those guys were a little more intimidating than the
They were big,
Mondoshawans. They had like creepy faces
They
and
were
their
livestock.
mouths were weird.
deep voices. They were livestock.
Yeah. Their teeth were all
They
fucked
were
up.
bacon. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
But they
I
pass
don't know,
along
it's
the
scarier
key.
than like any alien I've seen in Star Wars.
No.
What's scary in Star Wars besides like the Sarlacc?
The
Because
It's like-
Jabba's not
monster,
scary. The asteroid monster.
The garbage monster.
The
garbage
little
monster's
thing.
pretty
The
scary.
little thing that's just like in there.
Thought it had like a big mouth that like eats you and sucks you down.
No, the garbage was just squeezing you. The garbage
Oh,
monster,
that's
the alien in there
right.
was
It
just
was
like a little
small.
guy
You're
that
right.
was like,
That
"Oh, I'm
thing
in
on
here
Hoth?
too." The thing on Hoth?
Yeah, the abominable snowman thing.
That thing was fine.
I bet a Wookiee would be fucking scary if you saw it. But it's kind of tainted after a Star Wars holiday
There's
special.
a Dagobah
Yeah.
monster in the swamp.
Yeah, I guess. All
I
right.
tell you if you saw like any of the Jedi Council thing, that dude with the crazy tall neck. You know that
It does
dude?
have it does. I mean, because George Lucas is also a huge fucking nerd, and this is
Yes.
a lot of a Star Wars energy, I think, to this.
Oh,
Yes.
plenty, yeah. But point
Oh.
taken, there are scary aliens in
Because
Star Wars.
coming up, because he passes the key along, he's like, pass
There's
the
a
prophecy
plenty
to a
of
new
dorks, too.
priest. And it's 300 years later, the eclipses are occurring, and this entity is called, apparently it talks to Zorg, it's
This
Shadow.
fucking bitch.
Called the Evil.
Evil!
But his name's Mr. Shadow.
Mr.
He's
Shadow.
not like the Shadow of Darkness or anything. It's just
And he
Mr.
can-
Shadow, the evil entity.
He can make
Call
phone
on
calls.
line one.
Yeah.
He's like a
This is some
businessman.
16-year-old wrote this shit. Yeah.
Mr.
But it's
Shadow,
like
we'll
an-
see you now.
It's like a space entity that's
He's a
taken
dentist.
over a fiery planet and solidified it, and it's making it grow. And the humans are like, we want to nuke it, but this priest is like, tell them we can't fight evil with evil. Don't use violence.
Yeah.
Stop the war. We need to talk to it.
Is this just
Evil
church
cannot beget
propaganda?
evil.
Yeah. But they fire the nukes anyway, and this thing just grows more and more
You
and
say there's
kills
a black
like the.
president?
There's a black president with a
Yeah.
lazy eye.
I
It's
kind of
Forrest Whitaker.
I think it's an easy way for like sci-fi to show the future. Like that's like a very common trope. I feel like how has things changed? Black president.
Yeah.
Look
That's
how far
true.
we've come.
Look,
These
they're
thousands of
everywhere
years.
now.
Yeah.
That's pretty good,
I just feel that
actually.
all the time. I feel like a sci-fi president is always black.
Yeah. Well,
That's
what if he was
true.
black? How progressive of us, because we're in the future and we know that's not
Yeah.
happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But this they
Good
fire
take.
the nukes, and this thing grows bigger and bigger, kills the army people, and shoots like a fireball with a skull face in it.
So funny.
And that face is what wakes up Bruce Willis, startles him awake in
Ginger,
South Brooklyn.
I don't
in
think
this
that's what wakes him up.
futuristic home. He had a bad dream.
Yeah, but it
He's
wasn't
an
about
alarm.
the skull.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think it was. He had an alarm.
But also the things about like Star Wars, the fucking ships that they're flying that the president was on, that's an Imperial Star Destroyer. Like that is what the Sith fly.
Yeah.
There were TIE fighters later.
Yeah.
He's
Made
a
a
Star
quick-
Wars kid, I'm sure. Probably
Quick
got
little
his-
phone call.
At the very end, spoilers, when we make it back to the mausoleum, somebody's holding like a lightsaber, which is
Wow.
just like a giant flashlight. But I was like, oh my god.
You
So
Googling
Luke
Star
Besson-
Destroyer.
Well, he's 64. He was born in 1959, which means he was 18 when Star Wars came out. So
Oh yeah.
that's like right in the prime. And then this is the shit he was writing. He's like, oh my god, it's arrived. I can do this. I don't have to be swirlied every day.
I'm not alone anymore.
What? They're not gonna swirly me when they see this sci-fi fan fiction I wrote.
Yeah.
You're right.
They're all gonna want to fuck me after that. All this high school bullies.
Walks up to him immediately, is like, watch this, and just speaks to him in the divine language.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, that would. But so Bruce Willis, South Brooklyn, in his futuristic home, he's talking to some friends. This is Finger or something. It might be his boss. You good?
It's a stupid name.
It's like his cab boss. But he was like, he knew him back when he was a space pilot, and he's like, I'll see you tonight. But now he's just a cab driver now. And Bruce Willis is getting ready to go to work, and this guy tries to rob him in his hallway. And he wears the sickest hat.
I didn't really get this part.
His hat was a picture of the hallway, so that when he stuck it against the peephole, you would
That's
just see the
funny.
hallway.
That's
So when you open it up, he's there holding that big old gun.
It's like a
But
20-second long gag they thought of.
But Corbin Dallas, being the one step ahead kind of guy, fleeces
Well,
him
he's
out of
John
the weapon.
McClane,
Yeah, he is John McClane.
which is it's a weird energy that he brings to the rest of this movie when the rest of them are like their pocket protectors. Like, it's the galaxy, we gotta get the 4 elementals, save the universe. And
Yeah.
he's kind of just like being John McClane still. These fucking nerds. I'll fucking punch you to the next star, whatever. Yeah.
That was kind of
Smoking
the
cigarettes.
You know how many times people were sneaking around in air vents in this?
a lot
It
of
is
times.
totally Die Hard.
That's that was kind of the whole point of this scene, because that little robber guy never comes back. It's never brought up or anything. It's just a setup that Bruce Willis is the square that doesn't fit in the
He's the
circle
space
pegs of the
slut.
rest of the movie.
Mhm.
He is the space
Monkey
slut.
business.
Monkey business. Eddie, yeah, it's just to show how badass he is, because he's like, you're not gonna shoot me, you're fucking dumb. And he's like, I need the money, and he's like, the gun's not even loaded, you gotta press that button. And he pressed the button and it like deactivates or something, and Bruce Willis is like, I have a fucking gun now. I don't know. It
He's
felt
like some-
dumb. Then he's got a hat. It's the hallway.
He
the
does
whole-
tell him he's
the
like, nice
whole
hat,
scene.
you
He's still got the
idiot.
hat.
The hat
But
guy.
he outsmarts him, and then you cut to the priest. He's on the president's ship. Vito Cornelius.
Vita es mortis vita.
Cornelius.
It is
And
Cornelius.
he's telling
the
the-
Don.
He's telling the president, we have 48 hours to stop this entity that eats planets, or
Yeah.
we'll all be extinct.
You got to send all the drillers into space.
No, we're not sending the drillers into space.
At 1900 tonight, be sending our best oil drillers into the moon.
Leaving on a jet plane. Armageddon. What a movie.
What a movie.
Bad
But
movie.
the only
But
way
a movie nonetheless.
the only way to stop it
Good
is to get
movie.
all the elements back together in the mausoleum before the entity does. If it gets to there before them, we're gone. Because it's basically a fiery ball moving at 10,000 miles per hour through space directly towards Earth. And so now the Mondoshawans ship enters their area to deliver the stones to the priest. But as it enters the area, it gets shot down by the space pig Mangalores in their TIE fighters, and the robot armadillo things crash and die.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to look it up here. There's a book about it's like probably the most sci-fi shit I've ever read, and I can't find it. But it's about sort of this idea of these robots fighting these fucking orc pig things. That reminded me of this, and it was just true. Like we've been saying, geek shit.
Yeah, 100%
Find
geek
what it's
shit.
fucking called.
And apparently, the human technology has advanced so far in the last 300 years that they were able to recover from the crash landing site of the Mondoshawans a hand wrapped in metal from the Fifth Element statue, and they put it in this tissue regeneration tube
Yeah,
with indestructible plexiglass around it that can take, and they examine the DNA of it, and they're like, oh my god, it's so close to human DNA. Human DNA's got 40 genome strands, but this one's got 200, and are so tightly packed together.
200,000.
Oh yeah, that's right, 200,000, so tightly packed together that it should be able to regenerate into some superhuman.
Yeah, the whole thing was just like, imagine if our DNA just was more DNA.
Lots of it.
Like, no, you can't do that. That'd be a different organism entirely. It might not even be carbon based. It might be food. It's like, nope, just wound it up tighter.
Food is carbon based.
Well, fair. Anyway, but no, this scene was confusing because I thought it was like the driver of the ship. Because when they bring in the hand, it's like holding a little lever, like the one he was using when they crashed into the ship. So I thought that
it should have been one of the Mondoshawans.
Yeah, and I thought that they were like a human in an armadillo mech suit.
Sure.
And I don't understand how that was the Fifth Element. Was she driving? Whatever.
I don't know. Yeah,
Anyway.
it was holding the throttle.
I think she's her own deal.
I don't get
She's
it.
like not human or robot armadillo.
No.
She's like
her own.
She's a dancer.
Why was she holding? I thought she was a statue. How was she gripping some sort of mechanism or lever?
Like carbonite? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Are you human or are you dancer?
I am a dancer.
And so the process of recreating the Fifth Element out of those cells was successful and creates a woman completely naked.
Nice.
Bright orange hair. Not as nice.
And all the scientists are like, God damn, we're good. She's fucking hot.
Yeah. She's perfect.
She's perfect is a very common saying in this.
Yeah.
Between scientists and Bruce Willis.
Yeah, that's
and the priest and David, his altar boy.
Everybody said it.
Yeah.
The theme.
Matt Damon.
And because she's strong as hell, like I said, there was this indestructible plexiglass dome thing. And so the guy comes up, he's like, hey, now you gotta learn English to get one of these passes.
Yeah, you little
Minx.
immigrant, you. Minx.
Immigrant. The immigrant.
Don't remind me.
But she just breaks right through it, escapes through the wall of the building and into the air vents. And she gets out of the building on a ledge of New York City skyscraper and sees what the new New York City is. It's a bunch of flying cars, just skyscrapers all around her. And they're like, well, we got to send in the air patrol. So flying cop cars are coming at her. So she just takes a free fall off the edge, falling through, and just lands
like
right.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And lands right through the hood of, or the roof of Bruce Willis's cab.
Yeah. This is the funniest scene in the movie.
You laughed a lot in this movie.
The next 2 minutes are so funny with him in the cab.
But a big boom.
What's all that? And he's
Seth lost it.
Oh my god, it's so funny. There's like a woman lands in his back seat, and he's got his own window up, and she's like, she's not making any sense. She's speaking the divine language. And he's like, oh, yeah. And he's like flirting with her. She's like clearly stressed out and she needs some help.
She just fell from the sky. And he's like,
and he's pretending to pick up words that she's saying. He's like, ah, yes, boom. I know that one. It's like completely different language. He doesn't get anything she's saying. So he's like in the middle of flirting with her, turned back, and the police show up in front of him and it's lights. And he turns and gives the most like, like what? Like squinting at him like the Chad stare everybody does now. It's so funny. It's like I'm talking to my girl right now in the back seat. Sorry about that, baby. Let's get out of here. Yeah, she can't talk. Let's get out of here. We're away from these cops.
Oh, Seth did notice too. He laughed at this a lot. Is that they're all flying cars, but there are tire screeches and drifts like crazy.
Oh yeah, the sound design is.
That is funny.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
They still have to drift, and there still has to be rubber screeching on asphalt.
But
language, yeah.
Yeah.
After this,
we wouldn't understand it.
No, after the whole Chad stare, the cop's like, he's like, all right, I have only one more ding or whatever, one more ticket I can get, whatever it was, because apparently he's gotten 4 traffic violations today, and he's gonna lose his license.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I have to follow their orders, and he opens the door, and the cops are pulling in the car to get Lilu, and I buy like some cops getting McDonald's that were flirting with the fast food ladies.
Were they?
Yeah.
There's some product placement, yeah.
They wanted to fuck the fast food workers.
Did they?
Yes.
Did I miss something?
Yes.
What did they say? Did you take a quote?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what they said.
Oh.
I was just going to say, like, show me your tits or something.
That's what they said.
McTits.
It's true.
But
McTits. That's good.
The chase is on. They end up escaping and are hiding from the cops. And Corbin jumps in the back seat to make sure she's okay. And she says to find a priest, Vito Cornelius, and then passes out. So Corbin's like, well, we got to find the Vito.
Guess we got to go find this priest.
And he takes her right to his door. And he's like, hey,
passes out.
He does, because like, I brought this lady, and she got a tattoo on her. And he sees the tattoo of the 4 elements. Yeah, he passes out. And she is the 5th element. Lilu. And she is perfect, is my other note.
Ugh.
And so they're like, well, we're going to have to let her rest for a second, wake her up gently. And so Bruce Willis is like, oh, I know the perfect way. I know the perfect way to wake her up gently.
He says, don't mind if I do.
Yeah, he kisses her, does wake her up.
It's true.
Like,
Gently.
Yeah, he does.
Like Sleeping Beauty style. Yeah, then she's got a gun on his head right away.
Yeah, I think she stole it off his hip. I know. Why did he try and kiss her awake? But Vito kicks Corbin out and is now trying to get...
Did he need to learn this lesson? Because he's just like, okay, I get it. I must ask for permission first. Like, is this like a lesson in consent
I think so.
learned for fucking Bruce Willis?
I guess.
Apparently, he really is the space slut.
Monkey business.
He refuses to do it. I don't understand it at all.
It's just monkey noises.
Seth lost it when he saw the kiss.
Yeah,
I did too.
It's like this
movie's turning. Yeah,
we need to wake her up gently.
A woman that doesn't speak a language you understand. And you escape from the police. You
fell from the sky.
You fell from the sky into your cab. Who's asleep now, begging for help, and you're like, okay. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
But yeah, so they kick him out basically, and Vito is teaching Lilu about the last 5,000 years of Earth's history. She can take in all of history, like letter by letter, apparently, watching videos and words and all that stuff. And Corbin gets back to his place, and Finger calls him, and he's like, hey, where's my cab? He's like, listen, I got a big fare today. Talks about his fare of 5'9".
5'9", blue eyes.
He said something else.
He said long legs and perfect skin. That's what he said.
Ooh. And the other guy's like, I totally get it, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't need my cab.
It's disgusting. It's somehow more disgusting than what I was doing last week. What Bruce Willis was doing.
He's like, "Did you fucking ding the bumper again?" He's like, "No, I met a woman.
No,
I
met
get
a
it."
lady. It reminds me of all the guys that, like the really rich guys that go over to China or Japan and they fall in love with a woman. They basically just like steal a lady, pretending they're in love, and bring them back to the U.S. You ever see those guys?
Mhm.
Like wait on them at restaurants.
I don't wait on at restaurants.
I mean, I do, but this is my. They're always bragging like, "This is my wife. She doesn't speak too much English. I'll be ordering for her."
My wife.
All right, buddy.
But now Lilu tells Vito that the stones have been stolen, but she knows exactly where they are. And you cut to the Mangalores, who stole the stones from the crash landing and are delivering them to Zorg, Gary Oldman, in exchange for these badass guns. These guns had everything on them. And when they get the case and they open up the stones, or they open up the case to see the stones, they're all gone. Apparently, when delivering them, there was a decoy ship that got hit that they attacked, and the other made its way to a planet in another system. And so Zorg is fucking pissed. He's like, "You guys are still gonna have to go find it." They're like, "You told us to get a fucking case." And he's like, "Yeah, with 4 stones."
Yeah.
Nobody ever opens the cases that they get.
No. Just double check.
Or
Even single check.
He's like, "I'll give you 1 thing of weapons, but you still need to get them for me." And he was crafty, though. He killed all the Mangalores in there through curiosity because he didn't tell them about a red button on the bottom of the gun. That was apparently just a self-destruct button.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was on there.
Everything in sci-fi has a self-destruct button.
That's true.
Big and red always.
They're always giant red buttons. You have to push.
So Zorg's like, "I demand to visit Vito," because Vito's like, "I know who's trying to get these stones." It was a guy that said he was an art collector earlier. And so Zorg comes back to meet Vito, and they take him to and they get him to try and figure out where the stones are. And he's in Zorg's office. And he's like, "Look at this. When you destroy things, there's beauty that comes about because all these robots are helping me." And he gets some water with a cherry and he drinks it. And there was like this weird crash zoom on him as he drank the water. And now he's just choking on a cherry.
Yep. He doesn't know how to eat. He thought it was a pill.
Pushing a weird standoff.
Pushing. You were like,
let this bad guy die, or the priest gonna spare him.
Seth literally said, "This is the weird time to be smug right now, Vito."
He's joking.
But he's like pushing all the buttons to try and get a robot to help him. He pushes a button and an elephant comes out of a cabinet.
Dude, that made me so sad to look at that. This scene made me straight up uncomfortable.
It was a mini alien elephant kept in a cabinet.
Yeah, well, because the priest whispering in his ear, he's like, "What does all your power and money get you when there's no one around to save your life when you need it?" And he pulls up an elephant, the thing that's probably the closest to him in his life, and it sees him, and it's just dumb and smiling at him. And it this guy desperately needs his life saved, and his pet is just happy to see. Something about it, it just something primal in me was very unsettled. No, it was just it's making me sick to my stomach to think about it.
Ginger, I'm choking.
Imagine you died because Ginger just doesn't get it.
Ginger doesn't give a shit right now. Hi, Ginger. Tune into the video at 127:57 to see Ginger. Really see him. This is the first time Seth's ever seen his eyes.
Yeah, I think so. He's so handsome.
He's seen his pink butthole more than he's seen his eyes.
It's true. Give the fans what they want.
But
show his ass.
So Zorg is like, "I gotta figure out where these stones are. The president's gotta know." So one of his men has a camera strapped onto a cockroach. Are we looking at his pink asshole?
Showing his ass. Tune into 128:29 to see Jinjo's bright pink asshole again.
But yeah, so Zorg's like, "I gotta find these stones."
He's so handsome.
Oh yeah, he is. Oh, can't see him
though. Back.
But he's like, "Yeah, I gotta find these stones." So Zorg has a man that straps a mini camera on top of a cockroach. That's like a robot cockroach that he can drive through the president's office.
Yeah, it's the future.
And he hears where the stones are, and apparently there was someone that the Mondoshawan trusted, which is the diva. She's a singer that'll be performing at the Floston Paradise coming up.
You think they'd trust somebody with the lower profile
Than a diva.
Yeah.
than
An
the most famous person in the solar
But
system.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga,
Yeah. Imagine Lady Gaga being a trusted advisor with the secrets of the universe. I mean, I could over
her-
other like pop
It's like
stars.
in her tummy.
Yeah.
Yeah. She eats them. I know where I'll put these.
But so the president's like, I want some discreet undercover operation to get
So
these stones, and the general's like, I know the guy, and it's this old Asian dude, this Thai food cooker. It cuts to
This thing
him.
is cool. It's like a food truck, but that comes to you, like
Yeah.
cooks right in front of you, like an ice
It
cream
was
truck
awesome.
of like fucking Korean barbecue. It was cool. That's
Yeah,
like
it was
his like
super cool.
best relationship in the movie too. He's like him and Han or whatever his name.
Corbin?
They were
Yeah.
chopping it up. Yeah.
And so he gets his food, and then the general comes by to tell Corbin about the mission and why they need him. Apparently,
Well-
everybody knows because Corbin won this sweepstakes to go to Flosh in Paradise.
Yeah, it's been all over the radio.
His mom keeps calling. This side plot of his mom was weird. She just only called. You
That was
never
funny.
see her.
I did need to be a part of the movie.
But so the general's like, we need you. This is why. This is the mission. And then Lilo and Vito come in to try and get the tickets that he won. Because they're like, well, we have to save the world. And then the
Yeah.
police are there to capture Corbin and get the tickets. And they're looking for the door that has Corbin Dallas on it, but apparently it was on the wrong door. Vito moved the Corbin Dallas like name card to a different door.
Yeah, which you shouldn't be able to move those so easily. Also, are we done talking about the Chinese guy already?
If you want to talk about him more, go ahead.
I don't believe that they actually had him speaking any real Chinese because there's
Oh, yeah, that's
they
right.
show him for some reason in like an environmental shot after he's like, well,
He's-
I
he's
gotta
got
go,
like
my
a
doorbell's ringing,
A
so the guy
flying
drives away.
pirate ship.
Yeah, he's
food
in his,
truck.
his flying
Yeah.
pirate ship food truck. He's going, ha ching chong chao. And it's like, I guarantee that is not Chinese. There's no way that they looked that up. They just like, speak gibberish, man. We got you. I just don't believe that they
That's
actually did any
great.
research on that. If they did, I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
but-
He's still using the same script he did when he was 16. Yeah, he wrote out.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, he's got in asterisk general Chinese noises.
General Chinese noises.
That's salute.
But yeah, so the police are there to try and get those. They get the wrong guy. This guy's like,
got the wrong guy.
what did he say through the door? He was so. They were like, Corbin Dallas opened it like, fuck you, cops. He said something back to him. I can't remember.
Oh,
They're like
smoke
slime
you.
off.
Smoke
Oh,
you,
smoke
yeah.
you.
But they take him away.
You were
They're
like,
we
I'm gonna
got
start saying
we
that
got
now."
Corbin. They net him up.
I don't know if they don't check his ID
They
or
shot
something.
him. Yeah.
I don't understand
Yeah.
how IDs work in this universe
Fuck
because
him.
you can scan a person from a police car and be like, this person has no identification whatsoever. But then you see somebody through an eye hole and you're like, that's got to be him. His name's on the door.
Or later at the like plane at the airport that's
Yeah.
covered in trash.
Yeah.
They like insert
Three
their,
different we'll get to that part.
three different they all insert their cards, and the one pulls up his face is danger, enemy.
Danger
Anyway.
Pigman. Yeah.
But yeah, the
alien.
the pigmen intercept the cops and take fake Corbin away, and Corbin is gonna get the hell out of there. He was able to hide Lilu and the military people and Vito from the cops. Vito was covered in plastic wrap on his bed. Lilu just got a shower,
Yeah.
and he killed the three military people. They froze to death in his fridge.
There's no way there's
They were already like frozen, and he saw them, and they were like,
I'll take the job.
"Help!"
Close them back into the freezer.
Yeah.
This is pretty funny. That's some classic 90s humor, and I did
Meal
like it.
for one. Takes the ticket and closes it. But so
Clean up
check,
an aisle
please.
freezer.
ooh. So yeah, they're getting ready to go, and the priest stole the tickets. Vito did, but Corbin catches up with them because he was gonna send the altar boy guy David
Yeah.
with Lilu on the Forged in Paradise trip.
Lost
Yeah.
in
But he can't-
Paradise.
Yeah, but catches them,
Forged in Paradise.
and him and Lilu are going, and Corbin is on this plane and gets taken away from Lilu briefly to visit Ruby Road and be on his show.
Was interviewed.
This radio show is just nonsense.
I don't get it. Is everyone
He's-
green today?
Is everyone green today?
I'm not doing the Chris Tucker voice. It feels appropriate.
I think it was funny because he's just like nonstop energy, shock jock, DJ type. But he gets like genuinely pissed when Bruce Willis won't like be crazy with him. He's like, "What do you say, boy? What do you say?" And he's just like, "I don't know." And then Chris Tucker's like, "Motherfucker!"
But nobody
Give me
can see his
something.
face because then he just goes back to his upbeat voice since it's a radio show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like,
An odd.
He covers the mic for a sec.
tomorrow from 5 to 7, you gotta bring it super green. And he's like, no.
And then he chokes him.
He did choke Ruby Road out. Yeah. Held him up with one arm against the wall.
It's Bruce Willis for you.
Yeah. But while this happens, like everybody that's not going to the paradise is trying to get on this plane. You got the Mangalores trying to get on. You've got Vito and David trying to get on. You've got the cops trying to get on. Everybody. And this is where we talked about the IDs. It doesn't come up that much later. It's like right now that they're like, everybody's like, my name is Corbin Dallas. I won the sweepstakes. And the lady's like, fuck it again.
Yeah.
He already got here.
Let me guess, you're Squidward too.
My favorite was Zorg's henchman that was trying to get in. He was the third one to go up there. And then he calls Zorg. He's like, yeah, I didn't get on. He's like, why the fuck not? He's like, apparently he beat me here to the airport. Like, that was it.
Yeah,
He's like,
I can't believe it took these guys that are trying to steal someone's identity so long to get to the airport. Because he apparently showed up 30 seconds before the doors were closing.
yeah.
What a bad henchman.
Yeah, Zorg's like, how did you not get on? He got here first and they wouldn't let me on. Like, duh.
Be more punctual, man.
As this plan, he should have been here 5 hours early.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Be the first one on that plane.
Yeah.
And then you're good. But
Dumb.
Zorg's like, I'm fucking done with you, blows them up. Vito makes his way into like the air ducts or something. One of the Mangalores is killing parasites.
Was it a Mangalore doing that?
There was
I thought it was just like the workers.
There was like workers, but one of them was the guy disguised as a human.
Oh, okay.
As the Mangalore. They're killing parasites, which we talked, they were like barnacles on a ship.
Yeah.
And so they're all gonna go off and get ready.
Oh, yeah, that
and
was weird.
Corbin and Lilu
rolling around.
Yeah, Corbin and Lilu are on the flight, and she tells him that she is the fifth element, and she's there to protect him because he's like, I gotta protect you. She's like, no, me protect ooh.
And she suddenly knows English now.
Yeah,
which is great.
and
while she Googled it and karate
and martial arts, yeah,
she saw Bruce Lee's picture and she goes, "Whoa!" That was a real scene.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And the plane's about to go into like supersonic space-time speed, light speed,
super powered, acrobatic, sonic powered battle cars.
What the fuck are you saying right now?
It's the original name for Rocket League.
Oh.
Yeah.
They jump to light speed.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But while this happens, Ruby Road's eating out a flight attendant. She loves it.
This was actually a pretty cool scene for me. And I say that
too, yeah.
I thought it was good editing. I'm not saying that like because I'm the resident horny guy. I'm just saying because
it's just a bunch of space sluts.
It was well, now we have to pause. No, it was cool because the guys that were doing the guys that were piloting the hotel, because I think they stayed on the ship the whole time. They just drove to a planet that was beach.
It was a plane off the New York City, off of Earth, to another planet that was a giant cruise ship that they docked into. Yeah.
Well, the pilots were like protection confirmed, you know, and then it would be like him fucking her. So it was, you know, a little double entendre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Double entendre stuff. Editing was cool. Countdown to orgasm, but also space flight.
Yeah. And so they take off. Everyone's on the plane, like I said, and Zorg gets a call from Mr. Shadow, which is this entity that eats planets and is trying to make everything extinct. And he tells him he needs the stone now, as Zorg just bleeds from the head. The phone call, like the radio waves, made him bleed from the head.
Oh, it was just
that's like there was no scratch.
Is what?
So he's like talking to the sun or some shit.
It's just making him bleed.
Breed.
No.
People are gonna think we just the podcast just ended right there.
I think it did actually.
That's probably our longest pause we've ever taken.
It's not.
So they all arrive at Flossen's Falls, which is just Hawaii, and Corbin is separated from Lilu like immediately. She woke up out of their hypersleep chambers or whatever, and got out of there. And the diva, Miss Plava Laguna, is on the ship and stops in a hallway mysteriously, like looking around because she's got the stones. They got the cases, all her trusted folks around her.
She's in a big veil.
She is in a big veil, and Seth in the veil.
She's so tall. She's like 7 feet tall. She just put a curtain on.
She's wearing the veil, and Seth's like, she's got to be hot under there.
I did say that.
But she's like looking around. I
Oh.
thought she was thinking like somebody was watching her, but she sensed Lilu around the corner hiding, and she tells one of her helpers to go tell her that she'll give her the stones after the show. Now you get some more Chris Tucker nonsense on his radio show with Bruce Willis after he picked out a suit, and a bunch of Mangalores are at this concert too, but they're just all holding guns in an unlocked closet. Like totally just they're just there.
Yeah, one of them's he's disguised as a waiter, and he walks into this
But 14 others are just
he walks into a room,
Mangalores.
they all point guns at him, and he morphs back into himself. He's like, it's just me. Like, why are you so close to everybody in an unlocked door is the only thing separating you
Not
from
incognito at all.
Yeah.
Why did they all make themselves
some
waiters?
patron who's lost on his way to the bathroom is finding all of you assholes in here. And if you shoot him, you're all dead because they'll find you.
But Miss Plava Laguna is performing now while Zorg is docking the ship for an emergency landing for repairs, and the Mangalores are breaking into her room trying to steal the stones, but Lilu outside the room sees this and unleashes her martial arts skills that she learned to save the stones. And this is where you get that pop techno behind the opera singing dope ass song.
I think this is the best part of the whole movie, and I think pretty clearly is when the opera is going on, and it's like mixed with the martial arts fighting and stuff.
It was so cool.
Fantastic.
It was so good.
I preferred it before it turned into like a Skrillex remix a little bit, but I did like it was breathtaking nonetheless.
I liked it with the techno beats in it too. Both of them were good.
Yeah, I don't know about breathtaking, but I enjoyed them.
We were jamming.
I loved the opera. I mean, I'm just a sucker for like operatic cinema. I think in general, that's why I love Fitzcarraldo so much. You have good opera going on; it just makes everything epic and dramatic.
I will agree.
Yeah, gorgeous.
The one downside was her dancing.
The dancing made
to
it bad. And I agree with you with the operatic cinema too, Lucas. But I think a lot of people use it as like a, how do we make this intense? Oh, we just throw the opera on there instead of it being like an accentuating thing. It's kind of a cheap trick to make something intense no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Well, Lilu beats all of the Mangalores up, and as all of them are taken down, Zorg's like, thanks for doing the hard work. He comes in to steal the stones with his guns. He gets the case from her, but still has to shoot at Lilu. And I think Lilu got hit while in the air vents. And meanwhile, a lot of the other Mangalores are blowing up the actual concert hall, shooting everything. And the diva gets hit too.
Going down, yeah.
Everything's going down. And
Chris Tucker's live streaming it all still.
Yeah. He really is. And Zorg, after he gets the case of the stones, starts a detonator with 20 minutes left and takes off with the case. But once again, he should have learned to double check the fucking case, because he later opens it empty.
Nothing.
When he gets back
always
onto
double check.
Yeah.
Or check once, not even double check.
Yeah, just check.
It would have felt lighter.
This doesn't feel like there's 4 stones, but I'm sure it's fine.
And
rattle when you shake it. Yeah.
And Miss Plava Laguna, she got shot, she's dying, and she tells Corbin, she's like, I've hidden the stones. They're with me. And he's like, where? She's like, inside me. He's like, inside you?
This is, oh man, I totally forgot. This is another part I was dying laughing at. As soon as she gets shot, Bruce Willis just grabs her and pulls her off the stage. And like, obviously he's saving her, but to me, the 2 times there's been a woman in trouble that he's nearby, he's like, now's my chance, you know? There's a
Swooping
dying
in, yeah.
alien. Yeah.
And the
kissing
instant
her
she
on
says
on a
inside
couch
me,
while
he's
she's
like-
asleep. Yeah. He's like, don't mind if I do.
But they're like in her stomach, so he reaches inside her stomach and starts to pull them out, and he's got to work with Ruby Road to get out of there. They're cornered by a bunch of Mangalores, so Corbin gives the stones to Ruby to sneak out, as all the Mangalores are looking for Corbin and not Ruby. And it's just gunfire as Ruby does his radio show. So scary. There's one Mangalore and one of those guys. Oh, there's 3 of those guys coming. He's like, shut the fuck up.
I loved
I
it.
think that's part's funny. Yeah, or I was when he's talking to Corbin too. He's like, Corbin, get back here, Corbin.
He never pronounces the
Corbin.
He's too stressed out and saying it too fast.
Corbin, my dude. They're going on me. But somehow Corbin is like still alive because he's caught and shot at. He had no weapons the whole time. Who's that guy, Ray?
I don't know. I don't know how he knew his
He
name.
was a actor, superstar in that world, but he was deaf. Was his thing.
Oh,
When they showed up at
I
that
must have
party, they're like,
missed
"Here's Deaf
that.
Superstar Ray, yeah.
That's so funny.
He's like, throw me the gun. He just rolls him some pool balls. He's like, yeah.
Even if you're deaf, you have to understand life and death situations, and that those will not help, right?
You could throw them. Those are pretty hard.
There had to have been a gun close to those pool balls, right? That he chose not to throw.
Well, yeah,
to him.
because he said gun. He pointed at it.
No, but he can't hear the gun. I'm just saying the pool balls are probably pretty close to where the gun was.
Yeah.
And he chose the pool balls over handing him the gun,
Yes.
thinking they would help more.
Yes.
That's just dumb.
It is really dumb.
That's not even a deaf
But
problem.
he's like caught, no weapons the whole time. And the instant he does end up getting a gun, kills like all the Mangalores in seconds.
Mhm.
Does a cool little bomb tricks, escapes with Ruby on like
One of those
maid
dining
cart.
carts.
Yeah.
Ski.
A jet ski. Yeah.
Jet skis through
Jet
space
ski
out
through
of the hell there.
The hotel lobby.
And so he kills a bunch of Mangalores, kills the leader of them, because he's like, yes, of course, the Mangalores. If you kill the leader, they don't fight back. When did he learn that?
And
It's like in the Great Wall, you kill the queen, you have shut down.
That
Well,
makes more
totally.
sense.
It doesn't make more sense. He was in the military 6 months prior to this. He knows about all the aliens, warriors, and who he has to fight. He's known this forever.
You're right.
If you want to poke plot holes, point at the deaf superstar that talks later in the film perfectly adequately. All right.
You're right. Okay, sorry. And Corbin ends up rescuing Vito, and they go to find Lilu, who had indeed been shot. And Ruby notices as they're like saving her, he's like, what's this thing ticking on the wall? Is the bomb. It's down to 5 minutes, and so they got to get the hell out of there.
That was classic.
And it was like, they were like, oh, don't worry. If it were a bomb, the bomb alarm systems would have gone off. And then they do go off. Like, why did it wait 15 minutes for the alarms to go off?
Yeah, because he said
There's a plot hole
earlier.
that I can actually discuss.
Yeah. It was pretty good time. That's one of those classic movie bits that I did enjoy it still, though.
Yeah, also,
It's
why
like,
would you set up
guys, is this what I think it is? And then somebody else comes over and they're like, yeah, we gotta go.
Did I do that?
It's a priest and Chris Tucker, though. That's what made it so good.
It's very Tom and Jerry though, because you're right. Because then the next like, don't worry guys, though it's not loaded or it's not lit, and then the fuse would be lit coming in.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
fine. Yeah, we're not in the blast radius.
They run
The
off the edge of a
science is
cliff
blast
and they're like,
radius 200 feet inside. Yeah.
yeah, they run off the edge of a cliff and
There's
they're
some stuff like that is just timeless. It's always
still
gonna make me laugh.
still running until they look down and then they fall.
Yeah.
Some Looney Tunes shit.
Yeah. They hold up a sign that says help. Pew!
Please help.
Don't do that. Oh, you're cute back there asking for help. You don't speak my language. What?
1-800-645.
Call the police, Lilu. Bruce Willis is a madman.
But so they're gonna get out of there. And Zorg is able. He comes back on because he realizes he didn't have the stones, and he sees the bomb with like 12 seconds left, and he's like, "I should drop my card in there to deactivate it slowly." He waits till 5 seconds to drop it, and then it goes off. But apparently, in another one of the cases,
calling timeout.
yeah, the Mangalores also
He's
hit a bomb.
icing
He was
the bomb.
icing bomb. The Mangalores hit a bomb in one of the cases, and they reactivate it as Zorg turns off his bomb. And so all the Zorgs and Zorg and all the Mangalores are dead. But Corbin, Lilo, Vito, and Ruby escape in a pod.
It's a little
And-
convoluted here at the end.
Yeah. And one of my notes here is that Thai food salesman, the Chinese guy, was on the president's ship.
Oh yeah,
Seth made me rewind. He's like, look at the
Yeah.
fuck down. I was like, what happened?
they look very similar. You couldn't tell for sure because you never see the front of his face. But I refuse to believe that in 1997 they had two different old Chinese men on the cast.
I think you're right. He's like catering it.
I didn't understand the second bomb at all, though. He's catering the military. I didn't understand the second bomb because it pops out of a chest and it's got the same exact timer on it.
This
and
one-
it's the Mangalores bomb.
Yeah, I don't.
And it
Yeah,
either
and what's the difference between that and just it's like the Armageddon thing we did. Like, oh, we beat the first bomb. Oh, just kidding, second bomb. Like it's the whole thing again. Like we just fucking did it.
I don't get it. Well, it resumed at the same time the other one had stopped on.
Yeah.
So it either like was very, very convenient timing for these two bombs to line up like that, or there was the Mangalores had a bomb resuming device that pops out of
That
a
was
chest.
connected to a different bomb.
Yeah. It's
Crazy.
It's crazy.
But so they all get out of there. The president and everyone are celebrating when one of the guys notices that the planet entity is like, hey, this thing's moving at an incredible rate, heading straight towards Earth. And the president calls Corbin. He's like, you got to save us. You got an hour and 57 minutes to stop this 1,200 mile wide ball of fire heading towards them. What shall they do?
They should kiss.
They got to get from the deep space in a different galaxy to Earth in an hour and 57.
Yeah.
With the stones and Lilu and set it all up. And
So
that's
they
what they
do
fucking
that.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. They get to Egypt with enough time. They set the stones up in the mausoleum, but they're like, we don't know how to activate the weapon to save Earth until altar boy David is like talking to one of the stones. And they start to notice that it like starts to open up a little bit. And they're like, oh shit, that's the wind one. You got to blow on it. And then the earth one, you put dust on it.
Just so obvious.
The water one, the
Skyrim
fucking
puzzle.
Yeah.
The water one, Vito rubbed a handkerchief on his head to wipe all the
Got
sweat
the
off
sweat on
and
his
wrung
way,
it out
yeah.
on it.
Just
And they're like,
gross,
Good
poor stone.
H2O.
and then they're like, oh, I gave up smoking. How am I going to get the fire? Luckily,
Our main man.
Our main man
squeeze.
had one last match from his time on the ship.
Well, he smoked too. The very like beginning scene with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it
He
was
had a
like a
packet of-
matchbox that had like the cruise ship on it.
Did it?
Yeah. So I thought maybe he got it on there. I don't know. But he had one left. He liked it like 3 feet above the thing and starts to lower it slowly down.
I don't know why he didn't light it closer to the stone.
Dramatics. That's better.
Nobody breathe.
Coming, don't let it go out.
Drops it.
Coming.
Yeah. Oops. Guess we all die now because
Oops, all berries. But so all the 4 stones are opened up and activated, and the only one that they got left is Lilu. She's like dying in the middle, but Corbin wakes her up to save the world, and she's like, after learning about humanity, she realizes that life might not be worth saving, but he's like, it is worth it because there is love in the world, and he kisses her just deeply, which activates the weapon. He's like kissing her, and then a beam of light just erupts from her mouth.
she's shrieking.
She's sleepy.
She's not sleepy.
She was dying. The eternal sleep.
Ooh.
And yeah, the beam
The
of
big
light
shriek.
goes and it hits this fiery ball of planet and stops it and turns it into another moon 62 miles away off of Earth.
Oh yeah.
Just
Uh,
fucking
very
up our
close
tides.
to Earth.
Yeah,
The moon's
kidding.
100,000, like million miles away. And
Yeah. Well,
This
that
other
one's
one's
close enough that
62.
it's falling to Earth anyway.
yeah,
That's cratering into it.
that's crazy.
No.
And
It's not a phone.
they get it. They stop it, and the president, he's like, well, I gotta congratulate them and thank them for all their work. So he comes to visit them, but they're in that tissue regenerating chamber just fucking,
Mhm.
and you get a freeze frame on them as they kiss, and that is the end of the 5th element. Seth hated the freeze frame.
I did, yeah. I never
I never
liked
like
it.
a freeze frame.
Well, there's
I
a
don't
good
mind it.
the only time I've ever liked a freeze frame is what's that old what's his name? God damn it. Leslie Nielsen or something.
Leslie Buckingham.
No. The guy from
Leslie
Airplane.
Nielsen.
Yeah.
Is that his name? Okay. He had like a cop show where he'd always end it with a freeze frame, but they would just freeze frame and everything around them would still be going. So they'd like pretend to be still. And there's one famous one where everyone freezes, they're like, ha ha, raise their mugs, everyone's freeze framed. But like out of nowhere, the ceiling falls through and hits one of the extras in the head. Not planned at all, but the extra just fucking tanks it and sits there anyway, still frozen in the freeze frame. That's the only time I've ever liked it.
Huh. Interesting. Well, that is the end of our movie, which means we can get into some quotes, ratings, and reviews. And we'll see you guys in a jiff.
Take a quick pause.
Peanut butter.
Peanut pause.
Menopause.
Menopause. Renegade. Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day. Cause I'm a
communist.
Cause I'm a communist. Cause I'm infinite.
Ooh, good song.
Yeah, you quoted a lot of it last week.
It's true. It was awesome.
The one where he says, what is it? I'll leave. He said he leaves like broken necks and spoiled plans. Leaves fluids leaking like oil pans.
Ooh.
Is that the same song?
Yeah. His coiled hands around this microphone are lethal. His lyrics are deeper than a Jeep full of people, which I didn't get about that one, but
You don't get that. Deeper than
God,
a Jeep.
okay.
Maybe he put him in the ocean.
Deeper than a Jeep full of people. Yeah, maybe you're right. That seems like an Eminem thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
It's like tie him up.
I'm ready.
I don't need to be ready.
Okay. Well, then let's do it. All right. 1, 2, 3, play. It's the people's weed. Menopause.
Menopause.
How many quotes we got?
3 for me.
I have 15, but I think 5 of them are from Seth. He was having a good time during this one.
I was having a good time. I have 10, but I think that none of them are from Brandon.
Oh, damn. Lucas, just do all of yours. You've got only 3.
I do.
And we'll go halvesies.
My initial one is from the Egypt when they're meeting the aliens, and one of the researcher's assistant is freaking out, and the researcher goes, "Please understand, Billy, they are our friends." And he's talking about like these armadillo robots that he can't comprehend.
He's the only one that knows about them, yeah.
Yeah. When Gary Oldman's selling the guns to the Mangalores, he's doing a good salesman bit, and he says, "Well, this one here is good for righties or lefties." This big like super gun killing machine, and they're all like, "Oh, yes, gotta have that."
I like that righties and lefties is still like a prominent thing in
every species.
Yeah.
In Mangalore culture.
Yeah.
And then my final one, my ultimate one, some might say here.
I would.
When Gary Oldman
He
smashes his glass on the ground to prove a point. He's talking about all the robots that are cleaning it up. He said, "What a lovely ballet ensues, so full of form and color." That's these little Roombas.
Just gray robots. Yeah. It's pretty good.
That's
all right,
Seth,
kick yours off.
I feel like you should go first with the first half, because it's more likely I would steal one of your quotes than you'd steal one of mine.
Okay. First one. Brandon. Police talking to Corbin. He goes, the police go, "Are you classified as a human?" He goes, "Negative. I'm a meat popsicle." It pissed Seth off so much.
I was so mad.
He's like, "Just lie."
Shut up. Yeah. Why?
Lilu. Yeah, why'd that make you mad?
Because it's just like the most unnecessary time to be a cheeky little asshole. Do you classify as human? You can't hear me?
His AirPods might have died. Yeah, we can't hear him.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm going to... Oh. Should I be quiet?
I don't know.
I think a sound might be coming through his laptop.
What do we do?
I don't know. He needs to get some headphones.
Where is he going?
You guys keep going.
My mouth is clearly open.
I can't keep going. What if it catches on the other end and it makes my editing impossible?
Do you want to keep being quiet then?
We should probably keep being quiet.
Okay. So
maybe the noise gate will get rid of this.
the crux of the story.
Why are we talking out the side of our mouths?
Because you started this.
Tune into the video at 1:59:25
This
to
is
watch
all
us
going to get cut out.
talk on our video.
I'm going to get compressed into oblivion.
What? What are we supposed to talk about?
I'm mad about Bruce Willis.
Why?
Because he said he was a meat popsicle.
Well, he has dementia.
I don't
He
care.
forgot what he was a human.
Everyone in my family has dementia.
Really?
And they're all assholes about
Even
it.
Peyton?
Yeah. Well, mostly my grandma and grandpa. Different sides of the family that are like concurrently
You need
experiencing.
to talk out of the side of your mouth.
We should kill her.
Whoa! What is going on? Where did Lucas go? I heard his door
I
close.
feel like that's if I had dementia and I was going off the rails, I would want one of you guys to execute me prison style. Where you just put me on my knees and put a bullet in the back of my head.
I like that you were talking out the side of your mouth, and then when you said kill yourself, you just...
I'm being perfectly serious.
Oh, here he comes. Mr. Beefy.
That's why I stopped doing it. Because I sound like Mr. Beefy when I'm doing it.
What are we supposed to do?
I'm back.
Woo!
I told you guys to keep going. Did you keep going?
No.
No, okay.
My next quote is from Lilu. She eats like a...
That's a stupid name.
She eats like this whole chicken and then like throws the bones away, and she like sprinkles like some salt in the bowl and then puts it in the microwave, and another chicken comes up, and just in her like heavy ass accent she goes, "Chicken, good."
That's so bad. That's so dumb.
This one is Lilu Corbin right before that. He goes, "What's your name?" And she goes, Lilumine Likarabia Lamanea Chike Kabati Kashisebat. And he's like, good. That whole thing's your name, huh? Do you have like a shorter name?
Probably just asking like, where's the bathroom?
Yeah.
I just put it down because it reminded me from Space Chimps of the Kilowalla Hizuheha.
Yeah,
He's like,
that's
I'm
where
just
they
gonna
got
call
it
you
from.
Kilowatt.
And it reminded me of Zach and Cody.
Esteban Julio
Ricardo
Ricardo Montoya de la Rosa Ramirez.
Montoya de la Rosa Ramirez.
I forgot the Montoya.
No, you said it.
Oh, I did.
You everything right. I miss Montoya.
Yes. Next one. Corbin, when he comes up to Vito's house for the first time, he goes, I'm looking for a priest. He goes, weddings are one floor down, my son. Congratulations. Because he's holding unconscious Lilu just in his arms.
He does that with aliens.
At the airport, he just goes, the flight attendant just goes, miss, and Lilu just goes, multipass.
That was
her name, Lulu Multipass.
Yeah.
This is the very beginning. The one professor, apparently his name was Professor Piccoli. This is from IMDb. He turns around being surprised by the armadillo aliens, and he just goes, are you German? So, of course they're German.
Yeah, that's right.
And I guess my last one for right now is Corbin, when she falls through his cab, and he goes, look, lady, I speak two languages, English and bad English.
So bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
and that's
bad.
neither. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Your first five. Did I steal any of yours?
Just one, the German one, which I would have stolen from you, I guess. So.
Yeah.
I'll still read five.
Yeah.
This is the very beginning in Egypt, too. He's reading all the hieroglyphs, and the professor, to Luke Perry's character, says, you see, the snake is the greatest evil. Make sure you write that down.
He's just taking tallies and doodling.
Yeah. That was a good tally.
Aziz, move the mirror.
Aziz lights, and he wakes up out of his sleep. Oh, Aziz light, and he's got tallies. It reminded me of history class when I do that for Dr. Wen.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is when one of the kids is running out of the weird Egyptian temple, and the priest sees him, and he says, "Go with God, be safe from evil." And I just thought it was funny because, like, imagine if you said that every time you like left someplace.
Anybody leaves.
Yeah, like someone's leaving your house.
Yeah.
Like, okay, go with God, be safe from
I
evil.
do that
Yeah, he does that already.
with my children. That's cool.
This is when they regenerate the fifth element. We kind of went over it already, but she gets regenerated into a naked woman. He goes, "I told you, perfect." Big bada boom.
Bada boom, big. Bada boom,
It's
big.
the whole scene where he's
just Italian.
Yeah, abducting this woman. I guess the last one for now. Oh, it's a whole thing. After he tried to kiss the little lady and he's leaving the new priest's house, it's like, what's Echo Bate mean? And he's like, never without my permission. And he goes, yeah, that makes sense. Like he's been in that situation before.
When he learned about consent.
Yeah.
Oh.
That checks out.
And that was my 5.
All right. This is when the priest comes in telling him not to fire the nukes at the fireball thing. And he goes up to the president. He's like, I have a theory. And the president goes, you have 20 seconds. He's like, okay, now imagine for a moment. And it was like, this is way more than 20 seconds.
You don't have time to build a world right now.
Yeah.
Into the meat and potatoes of it. He's garnishing the story still.
This is when she gets in the meat tube, gets built up.
The Me Too movement.
Yeah, in the regenerative tissue tube. The one guy said she's perfect, and then the other guy's like, I'd like to take a few pictures for the archives. This is towards the end of the movie. He was like, how far did you get through the alphabet and learning everything? She's like, V, and he goes, there are some very good words in V.
Vagina.
That's it.
Yes, but he
it.
was saying like valiant and
yeah,
very beautiful.
Very beautiful. Very stupid thing to say. That's not V.
This is the last quote from the movie. It is Lilu, or no, it's
Vindicated.
I don't remember. It's what's the use of saving life when you see what you do with it? That's a Lilu saying that to him because she'd seen all the war and everything. I was like, that's pretty good. Actually,
she got to W. Yeah.
No, that's dumb. That's a dumb way of thinking. No, that's like being like, I don't really think racism's a big deal. I've never seen it with me, so I don't think it's really out there. I think you're making a big deal out of nothing when it's like super prevalent. Like love is out there everywhere, but she's like, I've never seen love.
But
what do I care?
She's seeing you guys are doing all this shit. I shouldn't save you guys because it's so terrible everywhere.
But she also had gone through the whole alphabet and seen like movies and music was at M. Bruce Lee's was at B. I mean, she did go through serial killers, but she saw all this cool stuff before. But she's like, I've never seen that. I've only seen the war stuff. So what's the point? And then she's like, oh shit, this is.
You also said that in 300 years, there's probably going to be something worse than the atomic bomb on Hiroshima.
Yeah, it's true. I do think that.
And then I'm finishing with all Seth quotes, it looks like. The first one, you said it's a stupid way for her to think. Well, your first quote here is, nice hair, Zorg Torg.
That's right. Gary Oldman.
With his weird little disc.
Yeah, it was like a plastic disc.
A little saucer.
And an emo haircut on the left side.
Yeah. This next one is me and Seth. Seth goes, so does she not have any of her memories anymore? And me, who had seen the movie, because he was actually, I can't remember, but I think so. And I go, oh my god, I don't have my memories anymore.
Panicking.
He's bout of amnesia.
This is Lilu going, wind blows, fire burns, rain falls, and Seth goes, and earth bless.
Dumb.
I know it's dumb. I had to take it down.
I said it in private.
And my last one for us is Seth, and he's actually singing a song, and he goes, it is the year 3000. Not much has changed, but they pre-assemble burgers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They crashed into the McDonald's truck, and Brandon's like,
all the food is pre-assembled.
Why was the food all together?
So he had to sing some Jonas. He had to sing some Jonas Brothers.
But the burger's pre-assembled.
And you finish yours off.
All right.
Do it.
Auto wash. That's all I wrote down.
Auto wash.
When he hides the alien fifth elements in the shower, And she comes back down. She's all wet.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. The shower had an auto wash feature. Are you okay?" And like cover her in a towel. And you just hear muffled screaming from the priest who's been saran wrapped under a bed.
It's
And she pops
suffocating.
out and she sees him. She goes, "Auto wash."
Got him.
That was pretty funny.
That was actually hilarious.
Bruce Willis doesn't try to kiss him after his near-death moment.
You're right.
I don't even know the context for this one. You must drink a lot of coffee being a priest.
I don't either.
Don't get it. The whole scene with the blue opera singing lady, Praia
the
Laguna
diva.
or whatever, Prava. She's like, the stones are in me. And Bruce Willis is sitting there thinking about it for a second. And he goes, wait, the stones are in me. Like he just solved a riddle. He just reaches directly into her stomach like it was the most literal thing ever. He's like, wait a second. If I use my tiny brain... what? Oh. This is my last quote there. 10. It's when he's in the bellhop cart with Ruby Rod.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, count to 10, and then the bomb will go off. And he's like, what's going on? What? And he's just count to 10. So by this time, 5 seconds have passed. Count to 10 would do nothing. But they're counting to 10. It gets to 9. Explosion goes off, and Bruce Willis looks back at all the dead bodies and goes, 10.
After 25 seconds have passed.
After 25 seconds of counting.
And several fatalities.
Yeah.
10. Yeah, that's all my quotes.
Okay, so we've got some ratings. Seth, you're going to be kicking it off. Tamamata.
Okay.
Percentage.
This is who?
Critics.
56.
Okay, Lucas.
64.
Our winner today is Lucas. He's up 3-2. It's a 71.
Damn.
Ooh.
Crazy high.
Suck it.
Are you saying that because you're up on Seth?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Yeah.
And Lucas, you're starting audience score percentage on Tomato Meter. Or on Rotten Tomatoes.
73.
Okay.
69.
The winner today is Lucas. He's up 4-2.
Suck it.
86%.
What?
Ooh.
Why do people love this movie so much? It's like dog shit.
Seth? Metascore out of 100?
Out of 100, Metascore, I'll say 69 again.
Okay.
That looks so fat on screen.
It's a 68.
Oh, he went one under you.
That sucks.
The winner today is Lucas.
Of course.
It's a 52.
Oh,
It dropped off.
Yeah, it did.
You can't just go because you were saying, why do people love this? It's bad.
Yeah.
Then the
And now
instant
I'm like,
somebody
that's
gives
too
it
low.
the instant somebody gives it like an average score, you're like, what the fuck? And Lucas, audience score out of 10.
Hush, goes over the
5.8.
Okay.
Green. Be green.
Zuba Green.
5.9.
Oh, you went one up.
Ooh.
It's Seth. It's a 7.6.
Not that it
Ooh,
matters.
way high.
You guys were not close on like any of them. You're like more than 10 off on every single one of them.
Yeah.
Critics
best.
gave it a 52 and a 71 for a 61.5 average.
I was
And audiences gave it a 76 and an 86 for an 81 average.
too high.
Seth, what are you giving it?
This movie's like a 6.
Flat? 6.0?
6.2.
6.2.
Yeah.
Reasoning?
A lot of it was really dumb. Some of it was pretty funny. Plenty of plot holes. Decent acting. Set design was kind of cool, especially for the time. Didn't feel fully fleshed out. Didn't think about a ton of things in terms of world building or spatially where everybody was at any given moment. You could just kind of be somewhere else because the plot kind of asked it of you. So real sloppy, but it was fun and I enjoyed it at least a bit. So 6.2.
Do you think it would have been better if he would have broken it up into two sequels, a trilogy?
Mm.
Then he could have fleshed out some certain aspects more.
Yeah, I think so. I think breaking it down like that story-wise.
390
nice.
minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Lucas, your score?
Not far off from Mr. Big Dog. I'm gonna go with a 6.5. I think Mr. Big Dog, we're pretty close on this one. I think we liked a lot of the same stuff. I appreciated. I'm not gonna say if liked is the right word, but I did appreciate the originality of a lot of it. Outside of, I liked Bruce Willis's performance, even if he was a little bit like Marvel-y almost, superhero-y, against the rest of the backdrop of fucking aliens and squids and shit like that. I appreciate all that. I really did like the opera scene though, so that is what is the bulk of its praise, I would think. 6.5.
I'm right around you guys. I'm the highest of us, but I'm a 7.0.
Too high.
Just like just barely making that C's get degree range. I'm echoing you guys. Originality is great. Some of the effects and the designs are great. I did enjoy a lot of the performances. I thought Bruce Willis was pretty good. Gary Oldman was good. Mila Jovovich was great. Chris Tucker as an annoying character is really good playing that role. Opera scenes were great. There was some decent action. It's a little convoluted, and like you said, it panders to the plot and not to the actual logistics of the storyline itself. So 6.2, a 6.5, and a 7.0 is going to give us a 6.6. 6.56666 repeating. So
I am the consensus.
I am your god now.
Building. Don't be racist.
It's interesting
Because I building.
Think this is a pretty divisive, either love it or hate it type of movie, but it seems like we were all pretty middle of the road, which is against what I would expect.
Yes, because let's get into some reviews, because you were 100% right.
Losing my conviction.
The reason why I picked this film is because it is a big cult classic. People either love it or they hate it. And so some reviews. The first one is by Kevin Thomas at the LA Times. He says, this is an elaborate, even campy sci-fi extravaganza, which is nearly as hard to follow as last year's Mission Impossible. It's a lot warmer, more fun, and boasts some of the most sophisticated, witty production and costume design you could ever hope to see.
Tom Cruise is insane.
That is true. That's a fact.
Oh.
Next is by Big Rog at Chicago Sun-Times. He says, one of the great goofy movies. I would not have missed seeing this film,
2.5
and
stars.
I recommend it for its richness of imagery. But at 127 minutes, which seems a reasonable length, it plays a bit long. 3 out of 4 stars.
Close.
Ooh.
Todd McCarthy at Variety says, a largely misfired European attempt to make an American-style sci-fi spectacular. The Fifth Element consists of a hodgepodge of elements that don't comfortably coalesce.
Why do you make it a culture war?
I know, right?
Nice try, Europe. Hollywood's our thing.
And my last one is by David Edel. I thought the exact same thing when I put it down. I was like, why the fuck?
Did you have to mention that?
The last one was by David Edelstein at Slate. He says it may or may not be the worst movie ever made, but it is one of the most unhinged.
It's definitely not the worst movie ever made.
No.
Not even close.
Watch Little Nicky.
And any movie I say you would disagree with because you love them.
Yeah.
Bigfoot versus DB Cooper.
Love Unleashed
sucked so hard.
Bad choice.
Love Unleashed did suck so hard.
Birdemic.
Both 1 and 2 sucked.
No, those are intentional.
Those are bad.
No.
A Talking Cat.
You can make something intentionally bad. It's still bad.
A Talking Cat is good.
It's so bad.
You've come around on that one. You didn't like A Talking Cat.
No, he did.
I like it
now. 7, I think.
Oh, he did. That's right. Who didn't like it? Me?
Oh, yes. Well, you and I both didn't, because it's bad.
It was bad.
No.
But Lucas did consensus.
Say the rest of it. Maybe I'll know.
He was in consensus with us in hating a Star Wars Holiday Special and Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas, though.
He was not. Yeah, in line.
He was.
Oh, was in consensus. I thought you were saying wasn't.
In line with consensus.
DB Cooper's worse than those.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Worse than Star Wars?
I got like
No.
zero entertainment out of it. Not even like ways I could poke fun at it.
It's
The only
an art
one
piece.
scene was the Bigfoot seducing one of the dudes.
That was pretty good.
That was it.
Yeah, it's
Besides
an art
that,
piece.
For 6 minutes.
it's bad art then.
No, it takes the no. It doesn't. Star Wars holiday special is a fucking. Remember what they did in that shit? They did like cooking specials. And the Jefferson Starship played for 5 minutes. They didn't even try.
Her hair is in the soup.
Yeah, I was just about to say her hair was in the stew.
At least this had like the Scorsese homage and the, you know what I mean?
It reminds me of the Star Wars special. Reminds me of like the Exquisite Corpse Project, where somebody writes 5 pages of a script and then they're like, they write 15 pages of script. You can only read the last 5 pages and then you do your own 15 and so on until you got a full movie that sucks shit because none of it blends together.
Yeah, at least DB Cooper had a vision.
What's the next review?
So that is the end of critics. We're going into user reviews.
Boring.
Sorry. The first one is by...
I don't know why. I'm like a kid just listening in.
Here's your iPad, sweetie.
Yeah, distract.
Play your games. The first one's by The Little Songbird.
Oh shit, I hate her.
This girl.
June 5th, 2011, she says, The Fifth Element is hugely imaginative and an enjoyable film, with only Chris Tucker's annoying character and performance and the occasional lack of flow in the plot being its sole drawbacks. I adored the concept and the story. The script and satire are fun and slick. The visuals are breathtaking and unusual, especially the amazing Big Apple effects. And there are plenty of fills and imagination in the atmosphere to be had. Beson's direction is excellent. Eric Serre's music is atmospheric and jaunty, and the characters are fun. As is the acting. Bruce Willis is charismatic. Mila Jovovich is beautiful, and Gary Oldman is the personification of haute couture corruption. In conclusion, a great sci-fi fantasy. 9 out of 10.
That's
I don't know what that meant
a crazy opinion.
The haute couture.
Yeah.
HAUTE.
I also
hyphen COUTURE.
I liked how he said, "Great acting from Mila. She was hot. She was beautiful."
Mila Jovovich is beautiful. Yeah, that's right. What did you find?
Creation of exclusive, custom-fitted, high-end fashion design. So something tailor-made for this movie was his villain.
Okay.
I suppose.
And yeah, 9 out of 10 from her. The next one is by Snoopy Style.
Ooh, boy.
4/20, 2015.
Get in this kitchen.
4/20, 2015. He says, oh, nope, that's the next one. I didn't put a date on this. Never mind. Haute couture?
Haute couture.
Ooh.
OH.
Apparently I didn't copy this whole Snoopy Style one because it starts with, his is a great looking sci-fi movie from director Luc Besson. This is a great looking sci-fi movie from director Luc Besson. It proves that Big Cypher production is not just an American domain. He brings an entirely different sense and visual look to the genre. It is artistic and wonderful. The fashion from Jean-Paul Gaultier really sets this apart. And Bruce Willis does his John McClane persona once again. Mila Jovovich makes the best entrance. And Chris Tucker is a wacky funny. It is visual candy coated fun. 8 out of 10.
The best entrance. Naked in a tube.
Naked.
Another one that just pointed out her being beautiful.
I mean, does it look any different than like the Phantom Menace?
I think Phantom Menace looked better. It was 2 years later.
Is it any different though? It's like the same aesthetic, I think. Big giant city, flying cars, desert. Yeah.
I think as far as the effects go, they looked pretty similar. Phantom Menace only looked better because they were sometimes in the desert domain more often. Because like Egypt looked good because they could just film like on
not
location.
When they were on Coruscant.
Whereas like the pod racing when they're finding Anakin in the very first one, they can just be in like a desert village somewhere.
Not Coruscant.
I don't know what that means.
It's the biggest city. It's got like 3 trillion people on it.
Yeah, but like isn't that
a whole planet?
That's in like the later movies though, isn't it?
No, they do that in the first one.
Is they?
Yeah.
I'm just saying it doesn't look any it doesn't look much better than the Taxi City they have in
Yeah.
this.
The Taxi
I think
City
it's the
was good.
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they look the same. I'm just saying the Phantom Menace you'd think would look better because they can just film on
Sure.
Earth most of the
On
time.
Yeah.
location.
Yeah.
My next one is by Gavin6942.
Ooh. Good name.
420, 2015. They say, does this film get better with age?
Is that the same day as Snoopy Style for 2015?
I accidentally read the wrong date.
Bitch.
Snoopy Style, I forgot to put a date.
Fuck.
He says, does this film get better with age? I recall seeing it around the time it came out, and while not necessarily disliking it, thinking it was a rather stupid movie. But seeing it again now, it seems to me much more clever than I initially thought, though still with a high degree of stupidity. Some of this just should not exist. The clothing and the hairstyles are silly and distract from the film's strengths. The aspect of the mother could also be removed, but really, there is a very clever script under all of this. The alliances and the connections between the military, the cab company, the bad guys, the religion. It is surprisingly complex and yet still rather simple. Quite clever. 6 out of 10.
Nice.
That's a good
I'd say
review.
that's a fair
Good review.
way to put it. Yeah.
You know what the film's
It's not-
strengths were?
What? Boobs?
I was gonna say it's biceps.
Oh.
Oh, the glamour muscles didn't have any legs. What were you gonna say, Lucas? I'm sorry.
Boobs.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I think
Bugs.
just boobs.
I'm sorry. I always say
Yeah.
dumb things, and people are like,
I think mine was
forget
dumb
the
too.
important things they have to say.
So that they have to butt in with boobs.
Yeah. Then I'm dragging the whole podcast down.
Next is a newcomer, Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein.
Ooh, good name.
Good name.
February 10th, 2002. This is a 21-year-old review.
It's ahead of his time.
They said
Bet
there-
A real Duke, maybe.
yeah. There is
Just found the internet.
There is not one redeeming quality to this gargantuan
Ooh.
piece of dreck. It is brainless and juvenile, but beyond words, and the story and acting would insult the intelligence of Billy Ray Cyrus. Fine, the production design is eye-catching, but at best, it's merely a ripoff of Ridley Scott's Blade Runner. At its worst, it looks like Bob Fosse tried to direct a musical version of He-Man and the Master of the Universe. Luc Besson could not direct a 5-year-old to the bathroom. And I wouldn't even describe Chris Tucker's performance because the memories are just too painful. This movie is bad beyond all possible levels of badness. 1 out of 10.
Damn. Harsh.
I don't agree with the rating,
bathroom. Good
but a good
turn
review.
of phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good turn of phrase. I think this guy might have been a real lord, the way he talks.
Yeah.
Or a sir or a duke.
Yeah.
Sir Duke.
Sir Duke Charles.
Next one is by returner Plankton Rules, July
Nice.
12th,
Hate
2006.
this
He
guy.
says, "Oh, you do."
Oh, big time.
We
Him
all
and-
have a rivalry with one of the.
Well,
user
Lucas has
reviewers.
Cost Mask too.
Lucas has two.
Yep, hate that guy.
I hate the little bluebird because I
You.
always will. And Brandon hates me and my reviews.
Nice.
So we've all got our
Good
guys.
review.
Yeah.
Plankton Rules on July 12th, 2006 says, okay, I must first point out that Chris Tucker in this film was like a walking and talking migraine. I know to some extent that is exactly what the producers and the directors wanted, but why he was so whiny and nasal, I wanted to see himself hit by a laser. That's out of my system now, so I can go on with my review. This is perhaps the strangest sci-fi movie to come out of Hollywood and starring a first-tier
Hollywood.
American actor. I know. The plot is too difficult to adequately describe in the space I have here. In fact, it would probably be best to just leave that all up to you. Watch it if you are a lover of sci-fi or if you are willing to see something very unconventional. Otherwise, I doubt if you'll get a lot out of this film, since it is certainly not derivative or like anything you've ever seen before, unless you're a psychotic and have done some massively powerful drugs. 9 out of 10.
I mean, I have, and I gave it the lowest score.
But you didn't hate it.
No.
We're just middle of
wrote
the road
it out.
guys.
I was voted out.
You
wrote
wrote
it
it out.
Wrote it out?
Yes.
RODE.
Okay. Because you were saying wrote.
No, road.
Yeah, you were saying it poorly then.
You just listened poorly.
Yeah.
Yeehaw! Why, Lucas, why'd you yeehaw?
That's it for us.
And the prospector. Penultimate review is
Oh, why did I think that was the last one?
by Chase Abels, October 24th, 2019. They say, if you thought The Phantom Menace was too well written, Blade Runner was too funny, and the first season of Doctor Who had too high a production value, this is the movie for you. 3 out of 10.
That's a pretty sick review. Who is that?
Chase Abels.
Nice.
I'm gonna write it down.
Chaseables.
Write that down. Write that down. No, it
Monkey
wasn't
business.
off the charts enough for me to write down.
And my ultimate one is by Bevo.
Bevo.
Why are we unison? Bevo 13678.
He has numbers after his?
Yeah,
I've never heard them.
because we're always singing Bevo in unison.
We never need to hear them.
On November 6, 2020, he say, Chris Tucker was really funny when he did that funny bit. So funny. 10 out of 10.
It's true.
Bevo's. We always forget how good his reviews are.
Has
Bevo
he won
rocks.
anything yet?
No.
He's my shoe-in. I'm writing him in if he doesn't get
It was
nominated.
Snoopy style, then every movie's a 10, and then
I was so bummed.
whoever did the Pebble thing with the penguins last time. I can't remember. Unique Particle.
Yeah, something like that.
Obsession with music.
Or Obsession with Music, I was going to
That
say.
was
We can
that.
get Smells
So-
Like Cheese back on here.
Smells like
yes.
Cheese, Little Bluebird, Bevo, Lee Eisenberg, Cosmas, Plankton Rules. These are a lot of returners that
Not
Leah
haven't gotten the
Fuendraca.
gold yet. Leah Fuendraca. Yeah. These are a lot of...
Little Bluebird will never win as long as I'm around.
I think
CC
you're right.
the movie,
I give her
man.
5s.
I give her 5s.
You don't give her 5. Oh, wait, 5's the lowest.
5's the bad one.
Yeah. So that is the end of this episode. Are you recommending this film, Seth?
You know what I'm going to ask.
Blanket statement.
Which blankets? I don't know. I don't know if I recommend this or not. Like, I probably recommend this to, like... I don't know.
Your mom?
I guess no. I can't think of anyone who I recommend it to.
Your mom?
My mom? My mom's probably seen this because all moms love Bruce Willis. My mom's
They
probably
do.
seen this.
That's true.
So there's nobody I can think
But
of I'd recommend it to.
most
So probably
moms
no.
hate sci-fi.
I don't know. My mom's weird. Yeah.
Okay, Lucas?
I think, yeah. I think if you have glasses or if you have
I
a
do.
calculator that's not on your
I do.
phone, this
I
would be
do.
the type of movie for you.
That's like a lot of people. That's not,
Glasses and
that's
a
not
calculator.
specific
not
enough
on-
to imply that they're nerds, okay?
No,
You get
all
into
these
the
people
pocket
can watch the
protector
movie.
territory and monogram pens. That's nerds
World of
nowadays.
Warcraft players.
No, that's fine.
I don't think you need a calculator outside your phone.
That's
You
fair.
just don't.
No, but a lot of people have them as residual calculators from needing them in high school.
Yes, that's why I have
Nerds.
one.
It's like,
I'm supposed
you
to
went
sell
to
it?
school and you're a nerd.
You're supposed to huck it in the pond. Like
That's
a jock
true.
would.
What pond?
Any pond.
Whatever one you
Oh.
find, yeah.
If
Okay.
it rains heavy in the middle of the street,
You
maybe.
just throw it in
Yeah.
there.
It's harder
My
if it's not a
TI
deep
84
pond.
Silver Plus edition with Block Dude on it.
Well, if you put it on Craigslist,
Yeah.
you're the biggest nerd I've ever known.
Okay. And I think I'm gonna recommend it. It's just out there. Sci-fi fans will hate it. Some other people might hate it anyway, but it's fun. It's nothing absolutely mind-blowing, but
Doctors
it's
hate
there.
this one movie.
And this is their reason why. I don't know. They recommend
Yeah.
blank instead.
Yeah.
But that's going to end it
The
this
Village.
week. Next
Yeah,
week,
Shyamalan.
we've got sequel Space Chimps 2
Ooh, I've
Zartog
seen this.
Strikes Back. You have?
Yeah, you watched it
Yes.
like the same week we did it last year.
Oh,
And he told us about it.
that's right.
Yeah.
Don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I
Okay.
did see this movie.
Are you going to watch it again
And
then?
He
Oh,
gave
of
it a
course.
higher rating.
It's only like 70 minutes. It's like an hour and 10.
So it's not even a film.
and I
Andy
finished.
Samberg is not in it.
Yeah, he's not. Neither is
Patrick Warburton probably.
No,
not.
he is.
Oh,
but
but
neither
he's a star.
is
Jeff
who,
Daniels. is
Yes, who
not.
played Zartok. He's not in it anymore.
Who's like a. Oh man.
It's
And
who's
it's Zartog's
who's
return.
like the big voice actor that's not Patrick Warburton.
Or Andy.
John
Samberg.
DiMaggio.
Is John DiMaggio in it?
Yes, he's now Zartog.
Oh, he is in it now.
Yes.
He wasn't in it the first one.
But he is Zartog now.
Oh,
He
I'm
takes
so
over.
excited. I love John DiMaggio.
So we're gonna return to that. It's a short one. I finished the script last week. I told Seth the Fifth Element script before I did any notes or quotes was 2.5 pages because there's a lot to it. The Space Jam's 2 is like 1.25 pages
Well,
because there is
our roots.
nothing.
I might finally have an episode that goes under 2 hours.
I know, right? No.
No, you have a lot to say.
Yeah. And so that's going to end it this week for the Space Sluts.
Tune in to 233:58 to see how much I fucking hate you.
Tell them how you really feel.
Yeah,
I
did you
don't
hear that,
feel like
Kelly?
that.
Oh, yeah, you hear that?
That's the one fan I know the name of because my family's not listening to this.
Yeah. But that's going to end it this
I
week.
know it's Kelly and Kelly's dad.
Wilson.
Oh, and your mom.
And my mom and
And
Lucas's mom.
Karen, this one's for you. Tune in at 2:34:25 specifically.
And so that's going to end it. Thanks for listening. Send us some recipes and do some TikTok dances while your loved ones are in the hospital.
Put them there if you have to. Yeah.
Oh!
Good night and good douche.
And in case I don't see you, whatever.
Good job,
Good
guys.
sign off.
Yeah, that was a good.
Case
That was
I
a
don't-
really good
In
sign
case I
off.
don't see you, whatever.
Also alienating all
Good
the people that
tagline,
are like
yeah.
frequent listeners. Oh, sorry, I can't hear anything.
So
Lucas
devil
is
make
saying.
hair.
What was that, Lucas?
Devil make hair. I don't
Is
give
that a-
fuck.
I don't know what that is. Like a movie, perhaps.
No, that's just like, you heard that? You have a devil make hair attitude.
And that's the don't give a
Bastard.
fuck attitude.
Yeah, exactly.
I can only think of the Devil May Cry. That must be like
The video game?
a video game. Okay.
Devil make hair.
This is where the
Lighthearted,
ham horn came to
reckless,
life.
cheerful.
This is on the ham.
Next
ham
week, can I
podcast.
have you have the ham horn out and I'll have Space Sluts and we'll just
Yeah.
go back and forth, go crazy?
But don't expect me to not just hit the ham horn every once in a while
That's
for
okay.
And
fun.
some monkey business.
Some monkey business, of course, we're gonna be doing that one. I don't know. It's funny that you called out Kelly to me.
I know, that's
I had to
hilarious.
backtrack so hard.
She's the only one who goes to the YouTube and watches them. So
That's
that was
true.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My backtrack was also just including her dad in the.
Yeah, also
Fuck
Bill.
you too, Wilson. Tune into the video at 2:36, but you have to be watching the video to know it.
Oh yeah.
So if you're still here,
I apologize profusely. All right, Lucas and Brandon. I guess I'm gonna get out of here. I go check on the animals. They've been like,
we're gonna move this chair real quick.
okay, I can help you with that. But they've been pooping in the bathroom, which usually is great, but they just do it on the floor. So I need to go see what that's about.
Train them to do it in the toilet.
I just cleaned the litter boxes too. I don't know why they're freaking out, but I gotta go make sure they don't poop again.
Okay.
I'm gonna go freaking fall asleep. I'm tired.
You look like it, brother.
Yeah. See you guys.
Later, Lukey.
Have a good night, boss.